Put that over there. Don't need that on anymore. And boom. Sweet. And so, Golf. Hey, buddy. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? You excited little crazy boy? Yeah, you. You goof. Oh my god, you goofball. Doc the Drunk Logan MC. What's up, man? Yeah, what's up? What is up with Logan's? Like, he just, like, hit up the group chat being like, I need a friend, and mentioned he was, like, literally 12 shots in or some shit. Like, I mean, you called him, Rib, so do you know what, like, was all going down? Did he tell you anything? Because I was going to maybe hit him up after my show, but obviously, you know, he was, you know, I ended up getting sick from, like, probably a minor alcohol poisoning. Then I get fucked up, so. Meanwhile, I'm sober at this point, and I'm now kind of rebuzzing myself up after a fun night. Diabetes is an infectious disease caused by the diabetes virus. The diabetes is an infectious disease caused by the diabetes virus? What? He drank like 15 shots and got sick. Why, like, why did he drink so much? I mean, like, I've had my moments of being excessive, but 15 shots would fucking kill me. Like, I couldn't even fathom having 15 shots. I mean, at least, like, you know, in the... You didn't say we didn't talk long? Damn. Like, oof. You know, I just remembered, I did technically challenge you at one point when you drink, like, 14 shots, and I was just like, yo, I could easily, like, you know, probably beat that. I did claim that at one point, so I still technically have to reserve that at some point. Fuck. I'm just trying to hope that y'all forget that, and I just don't have to do it. 13, you never did. It was 13. Well, I guess that means I have to do 14 to beat you. And I'm kind of hoping at this point, I just this is like 2 years ago. Yeah, you know, it was not 2 years ago. It was like last year. It was not 2 years ago. That I know much. Like, it was at least like sometime like in last summer. Not like this year's summer, but the year before. So really, like a little over, maybe a smidge over a year. Like, if I remember, it was, like, you know, I think when you just came back from, like, you know, Montana, all that shit. So, yeah, that well, maybe it might have been 2 years ago, I don't know. But there ain't no way in hell it could have been that long. But, yeah, honestly, at this point, the only reason why I'm not is because, like, I don't really like going super, super excessive. Definitely 2021. Yeah, well, whatever. So, I mean, at this point, you know, I kind of have a balance, and you know, I'm willing to probably just concede it without even doing it. Fuck it. Just because I already know it probably would not be good. But I'd have to, like, prep myself for a few days or some shit before I can even do that. mean, I'm sure I could probably do it, but I would just have to, like, plan it out in, like, a very specific way. Like, for every, like, 5 shots, have, like, some water, and then, like, some food or something, and then, or, you know, like, some shit like that. I would have to, like, plan it out like that or something. Like, where I'm able to at least have something in between to not, like, fuck me up. Sukers, is my dad coming in here? It's like, dude, it's my dad coming in. It ain't no one else.
You should recognize
the noises.
The 3-footed step.
I mean, he should be able to understand what noises are outside versus in the house at this point. This is giving me a look.
If you hear somebody walking with 3 feet, that's me. 1 mechanical, 2 biological. Yeah, you pothead.
Ooh. Oh, that was a tough hit. Whoa. Hello, Mama Jama. Oh, so for the show, like, it kind of was like thrown for a little bit of a tiny loop. Like, I haven't really, like, I haven't really been to an all ages show where, like, the 21 over is literally, like, cordoned off entirely. Not that, like, anyone like me who was 21 and up couldn't, like, go back and forth, because I could, but, like, you couldn't, like, leave that area with your drink or anything. Which, like, in times past at that venue, I've been able to, because it's... Oh, what? That's weird. Yeah, it kind of threw me off for a second, because I was like, okay. But, hey, what the hell? Hey, music. Keep playing. But, at least, like, yeah, but, yeah, because I was, there was, like, security right next to the bar, like, you know, where they had it corded off. Like, you've been to the Boston Oval, right? Like, you know how they have, like, you know, when you walk up those steps and you turn that corner and then there's, like, one entrance that goes to, like, the venue area? But if you keep going down a little bit and then take a right, there's, like, that little bar section. Like, they kind of had that part cordoned off, you know, and you had to walk all the way around, you know, to, you know, like, that little hallway area to get to the fucking, like, actual stage part. And there was, like, security to make sure that people with alcohol doesn't, like, leave that area and stuff. So I had to drink all my drinks in a fucking bar area, just standing awkwardly just somewhere for a little bit. Just, like... Just, like, slurping that shit down, just like, alright, get this down. Hey, music, play. Come on. Come on, music. A little bit now. But, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really, like, super weird. It was just kind of like a slight adjustment of just like, well, I have to literally, like, walk all the way around instead of, like, squeezing my way through, you know, for the, like, for the pit or some shit. I mean, it was, like, an all-age show, so I kind of understand why, I guess, because, like, if you have, like, you know, someone who's, like, 19 or some shit, like, in the all-ages area, and you have a buddy of theirs who's, like, 21 in 21 over section, sneaking them to drink, I mean, that could, you know, like, you understand the liability for it. Though, I mean, other than that, it was a very, like, you know, typical show, I mean, honestly. Though, it did start late as fuck. Like, the doors were technically supposed to open at 6. They didn't open until a little after 6:30, and they let all the people who were 21 and over in first. And there was, like, a meet and greet still going on, and there was, like, a band doing a little bit of some rehearsal. Or I guess, like, the roadies doing a rehearsal. And, like, yeah, and there was, like, a few other things. They didn't have a separate drink area. Yeah, they usually don't. That sounds jank. It is a little jank. Logistically, it was jank. I mean, it wasn't really, like, the premise it wasn't jank. It was just, like, logistically to set it up a little janky. I mean, you know, but, eh. I mean, you know, it's whatever. But either way, like, I mean, the show itself was fucking awesome and badass. Like, there was 3 bands. There was Hideous Beast, Gemini Syndrome, and then Wednesday 13. I went to go see Gemini Citron predominantly, which they fucking slapped. And then Wednesday 13 went even harder. And I was just like, oh shit, dude. Excellent show. Definitely glad I got a chance to go see both of them live. Just try to get them to wake up like on my way back home and be like, rise, bitch, so I can tell you about this show. But yeah, I was walking up, so no prick. I can't, you know, make him jealous. Sending me a meme, which is probably, you know, gonna be dumb here. Hold on. What in the hell? I think I might have seen this. I think I might have seen this meme. Hold on. I might have seen this while I was like at the show in between different bands. Let's see. Is it what I think it is? I might have seen this already. Oh my god, I did! Yeah, I saw this already. Dude, there's a few fucking bangers on here, dude. He used to be feared above all gods. Like, dude, they literally think he's Christ. Like, oh my god, there's crosses ascending. There's, like, crosses literally ascending, like, to heaven and shit. Oh my god. something. Idolatry or something, I don't know, the Bible. Hey, there's like another one that I saw in here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there's that one. We saw this. It's not that. Where is it? There's that one. Oh, this one! I saw this one too! Gotta fucking love it. This is it. The way Trump is exactly like Jesus, dude. Dude, they literally think he's, like, they basically do treat him like a fucking second coming of Christ. Jesus and Trump, both white Christians, apparently, which that's not even true. Jesus was, like, a Palestinian Semitic Jew. Mother called Mary, blonde hair, blue eyes. Jesus was certainly not, you know, blonde hair, blue-eyed. Fought political correctness. No, he didn't. Persecuted by the Jewish elite. No. Had the last laugh? No. Like, what the fuck? This is absurd. That meme is super old. Is it super old? It's the first time I've seen it, so whatever. It's not old to me. It's new to me, so. But, oh my god, dude. Like, there are some fucking bangers on there today. What the hell? Not all men just want sex. Some men just want to leave the sick society behind and start a self-sufficient community in the mountains. Perfect. We must have our perfect angelic white community that is away from society in the mountains in the background, where no one can bother us, where we can be Habsburg white ancestral fucking savages in the mountains. Literally become the hills have eyes over a few generations. It's like, yeah, that sounds great. Awesome. Oh, here. It's more tunes. More tunes. Oh, since we're kind of chilling here. Here. Show some pics via, my other phone. Which is actually pretty cool is that, the band Wednesday 13, or, the Murder Dolls is like it's like Wednesday 13 and the Murder Dolls, I think is their official full name, but it was pretty cool. They actually had a few, like, kind of tribute songs, to the dude of Slipknot, Jordy Jordison, and they, did a cover of White Wedding, too. Which was fucking awesome. They had a really awesome, badass, like, version of White Wedding. But they had this really cool badass, like, 2 bass drum, like, pieces right here. One of them has George Jordison's little thing on there, and the other one is Ben Graves, which is right there. Oh, here, hold on. Go to my gallery. Make it easier to look at this shit. No, here's good. Here's a pretty good shot of one of the guitarists and the vocalist there. Yeah, I'm gonna close that shit. Here, find another really good pick. Oh, this is a really badass one right here. Perfect centerpiece right there. That's actually a really pretty decent one right there. Damn, it's kind of hard to, like, you know, scroll for all these because a lot of them are fucking great. Yeah, here's a pretty good one for Gemini Syndrome. There's another one too. Yeah, find another one. That's a pretty good zoom in shot of the vocalist right there too. Oh, that's a good one too. I really like the camera on this phone, honestly, because there's like a lot of really good pictures that I was able to take on here. Especially of like the of all the bands and shit. Like, I mean, like, all of them were fucking just quality. Good shit. What we got here? So, I mean, now the mem. Protest in New York City. Yeah, open up in the Reddit app because don't know why your links don't want to do that. Protest in New York City. Clears for liberated Palestine, gays for Gaza, ceasefire now. Fuck yeah, dude. Based. This comment section is gonna be a shit show, isn't it? Yeah. I think the definition of free Palestine, I think the Americans' definition of free Palestine and definition as being fought for in Gaza itself are 2 very different reasons. No, they're not. Oh god, yeah, here we go. Yeah, dude, like immediately afterwards, it's already about to be. I like how I can't reply to it either. But no, not really. Like, what, you think most Palestinians want, like, what, the river to the sea bullshit like Hamas says? Like, no the fuck they don't. That's retarded. Like, I'm pretty sure their definition of it is relatively the same outside of, like, a few groups like Hamas and shit that, you know, are a lot more extreme about it. Like, fuck off. Fucking idiot. Well, I think, you know, the idea of it's different here. Like, you know, Americans might think it's, like, you know, for, you know, Democrat, you know, good, merited thing, but, you know, people over there, though, they have a different idea where they want to, like, literally destroy Israel and stuff, and that's what they mean. It's like, fuck off. Like, what's that weird implicit fucking, like, you know, just, like, you know, green light of, like, you know, the fucking cleansing? It's like, fuck off. It's like a weird way of trying to be, like, both sides and try to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm not gonna overtly, like, you know, be critical on either side, but, you know, be softly critical on all sides a little bit, you know. It's like, give me a break, bro. It's not exactly hard to fucking, like, you know, see who the real fucking enemy is in that situation. Because, yeah, like, is Hamas a problem? Of course. But, I mean, at the end of the day, who the fuck is the reason why they exist? Oh, the IDF. The Israeli government. Because, guess what? They also prop them up. They literally fund them. Netanyahu's government funds Hamas. So why the fuck do you think they exist? It's because Israel funds them. and bolsters them as a way to scapegoat their justification for their ethnic Nazistic cleansing. What the fuck do you think? It's so dumb. Like, the reason why Hamas is such a problem is because Israel props them up. Like, I mean, that's a funny thing that no one really wants to mention or ever talk about, despite the fact it's kind of like an open secret. Like, Yahoo admitted this shit, and no one wants to, like, make that a big talking point. It's like the literal fucking prime minister, you know, of Israeli's government admits that, like, he's kind of, like, in tandem helping support Hamas as a way to justify their shit. It's like, huh? That's never talked about, though. That's never mentioned. Like, the IDF, Mossad, and the Israeli government literally fund Hamas. And the extremist elements of, you know, Palestinian militant groups with, you know, within Gaza and the West Bank. Like, they literally do that. Like, like, overtly. That's just a fact. And I wonder why Hamas is such a problem. It's because Israel purposely makes it that way. Like, guarantee Hamas would not be as big of a fucking problem or as big as a threat to Israel if the Israeli government wasn't purposely propping them up. I guarantee they want nowhere to be near as a big issue. But, you know, don't ever talk about that or else you're anti-Semitic or something. Which, that's an extra level retarded. Because there are overtly so many different communities of, like, Jewish people who call this shit out, too. There are so many, like, Jewish folk, and even Israelis themselves that overtly call this shit out, too. And they're demonized and basically considered, like, traitors of the Jewish people and Israeli cause and all this other shit. They're called anti-Semites, too. Secret Nazis and all this other shit. Like, Jews. Like, Jewish people are being called that as well. Because, God forbid, they have the audacity to call out their own, you know, like, you know, like, you know, they're, you know, at least, you know, a lot of the diaspora, you know, like, is willing to call out the fucking Israeli state. And Israelis, well, you know, and the citizens of that state willing to call their own government out, too. It's like, God fucking forbid they do that. Or else, they're fake Jews, they're just traitors, you know, they're anti-Semites, secret Nazis, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck Israel, fuck anyone who supports that government. Fuck anyone that advocates for its, you know, fucking, like, existence of how it stands now concurrently. Because how the Israeli state stands concurrently is basically a fascist ethno-state. And that state deserves to be crushed. Like, fuck a fascist ethno-state, regardless of what background it comes from. A state like that deserves to be crushed. And then, you know, a fucking more egalitarian republic / democratic style system, you know, rises up from its fucking ashes. Like, I mean, that's what a fucking fascist state deserves. Is a democratic Venus to rise from its fucking ashes. So fuck Israel. And fuck Hamas too, but the only reason why is, and mainly especially, is because Israel funds them. It allows them to be propped up and, you know, allows it, you know, them to continue to do the fucking actions they do. Because they even overtly knew that attack was going to happen on the 7th, but did fuck nothing, you know, to stop it, because they knew it would be a perfect fucking scapegoat and a perfect justification to continue more ethnic cleansing on an extreme level. To just use white phosphorus, carpet bomb the fuck out of the whole place. It was their justification. They literally call it mowing the grass. Like, this is a typical thing for them. They just want to go all out and really trim the grass down to basically look like a fucking golf course. In fact, I bet they want to make Gaza a golf course. Like the private, you know, Gaza countryside golf course, dude. They want to make it a fucking thing. I guarantee it. They're gonna make, like, you know, all the old fucking resident, you know, fucking neighborhoods of Gaza into fucking country clubs and fucking condominiums and golf courses and shit. Like, they're gonna do that. And probably, you know, jack up the prices too, so a bunch of rich cocksuckers get to fucking own those places. Bunch of rich-ass fucking cocksucking fucking, you know, rich elite settlers, you know, who colonize these fucking places. And they got guns themselves, just in case there's stragglers left around. With the U.S. paying for the water. And for the universal health care. Israel can fund their own universal health care, and yet we just fucking give them blank checks for military shit. Like, you know, the Iron Dome and stuff. We give them blank checks, and they have universal health care, and we don't. It's like, why do they get a fucking penny of our fucking tax dollars? Like, if anything, they owe us. They should be paying us. And in fact, that should how it be. You know, as it stands now, you want to know how I think we could put Israel to heel? It's because the U.S. government basically gives them the green light. If we did a 180 and says, oh, hey, by the way, no more blank checks. In fact, you fucking owe us for all this shit. You got to pay us back now. Start paying us back for some of this shit. Guess what? You now owe us. And there's an interest rate, too, so... It's apartheid healthcare. Well, okay, I should clarify. They have universal healthcare for Israelis and Jewish people specifically. And only certain Jews. You know, if you're an Ethiopian Jew or a black Jew or a brown Jewish person, no, you probably don't get those rights. But, you know, if you happen to be any other Jewish person, oh yeah, gun-ho. Because even within, the Jewish diaspora and the, Jewish people, like, there's all sorts of different little subgroups, like there's Ethiopian Jews, Palestinian Jews, like I was mentioning with Jesus, for example. Like, there's plenty of people who are Jewish who happen to not look like a white guy, like Ashkenazi or some shit, or Pole or whatever, and they get lesser rights in comparison to those fucking people. Like, there are legit, like, even a caste system within, like, you know, Jewish people, too. Like, they have a full-on racist, Aryan, Nazi-style caste system. Like, overtly. It's a racist-style fucking caste system, and it's overtly Naziistic. It's basically a photocopy of the Aryan-style fucking, you know, like, superior race fucking, like, mysticism and shit. But instead of Aryans, it's Jews. And even then, there's lesser Jews, too. Like how in the Nazis, they thought there might have been lesser Aryans, who weren't the purest of Aryans. So, it's a photocopy of fucking Nazi, like, ethno-racial, mystical dogma. I mean, I think it's fair to say that the Israeli state is like a neo-Nazi state. I think it's fair to call it that. In fact, a lot of them fucking worship them. A lot of them fucking worship and idolize Nazis. And Benjamin Netanyahu has infamously said that the biggest mistake Hitler did was, like, get persuaded by the Arabs, like the Palestinians, thinking that the Jews, you know, were the problem. Netanyahu said shit like that. Amongst other people within the Israeli government who are currently in it. They idolize Nazis. So it's fair to say they're a neo-Nazi state. They're fucking Nazis. Like, I mean, even in the beginning of the Israeli state project, they fucking hired, like, you know, different, like, you know, the equivalent of, like, you know, administrative, like, settler police and shit. They hired, you know, the equivalent of the Nazi Germans and shit that would go in there and do settlement projects in, like, Poland and shit. They hired different people that were, like, leading that shit right after Israel was established to help, you know, establish their, you know, broader, you know, apartheid project. It's been a project in the fucking making for a long time, even before Israel was officially established. I mean, and that's not bullshit. Like, that's actual fucking truth. I mean, it's like, I mean, considering, you know, what's been going on over there and shit lately, it's just like, I mean, considering that there's even shit that I never even knew about when it comes to the Israeli state project and shit, it honestly boggles my fucking mind, like, how much, like, propaganda, indoctrination, and conditioning has been put in place when it comes to, like, the idea that, oh, it's just accepted that they could just do this. And a lot of it, I think, is just because of, like, I mean, I think just due to the virtue that anti-Semitism has been a long time fucking problem in, you know, human history. for a long time. And if anything, that's used as a way, to downplay any actual criticism. I mean, we see it now. I mean, it's like any form of legitimate criticism to Israeli state is just immediately dismissed as just anti-Semitism, full stop, without any fucking, like, consideration if there's legitimate merited criticism. Because, like, I mean, anything you can say about Israeli state has fuck all to do about Jewish people. Like, I mean, because, like, I mean, the Israeli state doesn't represent Jewish people. Like, I mean, because there's plenty of people who are Israeli who aren't inherently Jewish, obviously, but also there's plenty of people who are Jewish that don't live in Israel. Hence the diaspora. And plenty of them don't like what the fuck's going on, so it's like, I mean, like, obviously they don't represent what the fuck is going on. So it has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. Because if it was, then every single one of them would be blamed. But they're not. And I will never do such a thing because that's retarded and insane and psychotic. Like, of course not every fucking Jewish person is, to blame for this shit. It's pretty cut and dry, honestly. It's the fucking government. It's the Israeli state and the IDF that essentially basically, like, runs half of it or most of it. I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry, but it's a though. Which honestly is, funny enough, more anti-Semitic to do that because it downplays legitimate anti-Semitism. And it bolsters, and basically gives merit to what neo-Nazis, will, like, push. When it comes to this idea of be like, oh, see the Jews. Like, it bolsters their fucking asses. Like, so, if anything, funny enough, it's more anti-Semitic to be making those fucking talking points, more so than to actually, like, look at it at a more critical lens. It's like, that's kind of the fucked up irony of that. Like, I mean, it's more anti-Semitic to just say everything that you criticize about Israel is anti-Semitic. Like, that just, like, unironically, it is. Like, because you're just bolstering more of this idea that, like, oh, anything, like, anything that is criticized of Israel is somehow tied to the whole Jewish question fucking narrative and what neo-Nazis push, and thus that means, like, that gives some weird validity to their fucking message. It's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Are you psychotic? Well, evidently they are. Because there's plenty of people who ostensibly are progressive, too, even, that are literally bloodthirsty fucking savage freaks now because of this shit. Like, fuck Fetterman now at this point. Like, he has really shown his fucking true face, because of this shit. Saying now is not time for a ceasefire. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, you motherfucker? Selling all of us down the fucking river because, oh, you're scared of AIPAC and, like, a lot of the, Israeli lobbyists and shit that, like, buy our fucking government and shit. What, are you scared, you fucking pussy? It's like, fuck you, piece of shit. Fucking traitor. Fucking selling out progressives down the fucking river just so the Israeli state could do their Nazi shit. Fucking scumbag motherfucker. All this boils down to is, oh no, brown people. It just, yeah, it does. It kind of fucking does. I mean, it really kind of shows you, like, where people's, like, true, like, feelings lie at the end of the day. Because evidently, it, like, and hate to say it, but it also shows their fucking privilege, don't it? Like, I mean, a lot of these fucking liberals, think that, especially because of their fucking privilege, they don't get this shit. They can't fucking, put themselves in their shoes. Especially, like, especially for someone like Fetterman, he has children. It's like, what, you can't fucking put you and your kids, in, some Palestinian shoes who are literally being bombed? Because most of the people that live in fucking Palestine and Gaza right now are kids. Half of them are kids. It's like, Fetterman, it's like, the fact that you were born on some different plot of dirt in comparison to those motherfuckers, doesn't really mean dick outside that you're a privileged fuck. Like, at this point. It's like, I mean, you can't fucking, you know, like, see, you know, like, the problem with that, Fetterman? Or any of these other liberal pieces of shit? It kind of comes down, you know, like, I mean, it's an old talking point, but it comes down to, the, like, you know, if you cut a liberal, a fascist bleeds. Because so many of these progressives and liberals and shit, suddenly, you know, when you cut them, you know, are being pretty fascistic about, you know, endorsing a literal fascist neo-Nazi state. But, oh, can't call it that, or else you're anti-Semite. And the stupid thing is, it's like, I mean, Israel, the only reason why it's so powerful in the way they are right now is because the U.S. literally just gives them the green light and gives them blank checks. If the United States, you know, for the most part, stopped doing that shit, they would nowhere be near as, like, you know, big, tough, and grandiose as they are. The only reason why they have, like, the ability to do the fucking shit that they can is because we let them, and we basically give them the blank check to do it. I mean, that's also, you know, the reason why the whole, you know, like, calling everything, you know, when it comes to criticizing Israel as anti-Semitic is bullshit, because, like, because what, are you implying that, like, Israel has that much power, and thus implying and breaking that logic that, like, you know, Jewish folk, you know, somehow, and, like, you know, the Israelis have that much power in the world? Which is what the fucking JQ questioning thing is about, is that Jews run everything. Like, that's why it's more anti-Semitic to say shit like that, because because that's how it brings validity to it. Even though it's the opposite. The US is what props them up. If we weren't propping them up, like, then they would nowhere be near as strong as a state, you know, to do the shit that they're doing. It's honestly partly why I don't like talking about it so much, just because, like, it gets my goat. Because, like, everyone goes fucking literally psychotic over it, and there's no, like, genuine nuance or, like, you know, just, like, looking at the broad brass tacks of it all. They want to, like, you know, hyper-focus on specific shit, and just take everything as an absolute, and just, like, let the Hitler particles just be unleashed, basically. It's just like, ugh. We have problems here. What's that? Israel needs $100 billion? Okay. Yeah. That's another thing, too. It's just like, you know, we got a lot of people that complain about sending endless money to Ukraine, but, oh, Israel needs a bunch of billions of dollars. That's okay. That's alright. That's 100% fine. It's like, what? If we can't afford, you know, to send money to Ukraine, and that's a problem, then I'm sure sending a bunch of money to Israel is also a problem. But, okay. Oh my god, speaking of, Shapiro's insanely racist rant to Obama on Israel. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. Oh no, do I even want to click this? It's like a 40-minute clip. Nah, you know what? I don't know if I want to touch that. Here. See what other little things we can look at. Can kind of keep us from maybe, like, continuing on with the topic. Wait, I just saw something. Where'd it go? Where the fuck did it go? I just saw a video that I wanted to look at. Oh, here it is. Committing crimes for YouTube views is oh my god. I traveled across Japan for free. Oh, I've seen this fucking dude before. What the fuck? And YouTube doesn't want full screen. What the fuck? Boo. Alright, hold on. Like, and also, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, trying to sneak, like, you know, across a country is kind of illegal. Just a little bit. Just a little.
Today we have a special repeat guest joining us for the launch of the new season here, Phidias. You might remember Phidias from this iconic YouTube classic.
Oh my, yeah, this is how I remember him. Which YouTuber flexes on the poor. Like, this is, yeah, I remember this. I don't think we reacted to it, but it is so cringy and bad. And the fact that he has this weird, like, face in a photoshopped picture of a bunch of random black kids, it's just like, oh god.
He went to the world's poorest country and tried to turn it into some kind of spectacle. This is actually the original thumbnail from Pyrocynical's video. After the backlash, though, he changed it to his current one, which is this. The video is, I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country, and basically it boils down to him going, whoa, look at all these poor people.
Oh wow, let me oogle and have, you know, poke fun and, like, you know, look at a bunch of, like, you know, poor people in Africa or something, or... It's like, the dude's honestly an utter fucking scumfuck, and of course he's, you know, continuing to be a scumfuck.
I'm not poor. That's kind of the entire vibe of the video. He tries to put some kind of wholesome, almost altruistic spin on it, but it falls entirely flat when the actual content is him going, oh, you're poor? This is how you live? Oh, ew. Oh, there's even a fucking
poor people, gross.
scene in there where he goes to one of the classrooms and he pulls out his phone and basically just flexes on him, saying like, I have the entire world's knowledge at my fingertips.
They are not only from school, they are online from the phone. They can access.
Dude, he's using some weird ass accent too. Oh my god, this fucking piece of shit. It's like, oh, they won't understand me if I use a regular accent, so let me do this accent to maybe help them understand me. It's like, oh my god, you fucking piece of shit. Oh my god.
All the clever minds. I said this because only 10% of the population has access to the internet. I left the class and felt inspired.
This scene is a particular flavor of Goofy that you...
I'm pretty sure you didn't leave him inspired. They probably were just all like oogling at your tech and probably were jealous and envious a little bit, probably wishing that they could have it and find a way to take it from you, probably.
See that often. It's Goofy mixed with delusion, a very powerful alchemy. If you pay attention to the clip, you can see the teacher give him a really confused look as he pulls out his own smartphone, and Phidias like kind of blocks him with Elon Musk's head as the teacher...
Barely. Like, you can literally see him holding his phone right there. Like, I'm assuming that this teacher has probably shown a smartphone to these kids before, so, like, this obviously is nothing new to them. It's probably rare, I mean, considering that, yeah, like, I mean, 9% of the country has access to the internet, and that would probably include the smartphone as well. Like, you know, I guarantee if the camera wasn't on, he would have been jumped. He probably would have. Dude, those kids probably would have mobbed him and taken all of his shit, bro. Not in a mean way, but just because they're probably, you know, excited to see the weird, you know, fancy shit. Because, you know, I'm sure, like, even his phone is probably more fancier than the phone that their teacher has, but, like, it's just because they're probably like, ooh, fancy shit. You know, we never seen this before, you know, or at least, you know, we never seen it this cool before, so let me see it. You know, like, they're kids. I mean, you know, honestly, it's kind of what you expect a little bit.
Approaches, and then he cuts to a different clip. And so I'm pretty sure the teacher felt a little insulted here because Phidias is treating everyone there like they're stupid, and it seems like the teacher...
Yeah, no shit. Like, I mean, the teacher is having a sense of confusion and, like, honestly a look of, like, do you really think we're dumb? Like, of course these kids know what smartphones are. I have one. Like, I mean, I'm sure maybe even one or two of the parents of those kids probably have one or two. You know, so it's just like, I mean, it's not that rare. I mean, you know, like, what the hell?
Which is in with smartphone in hand to just let them know, like, hey, we do have technology here. You don't need to act this way towards us. At least that's the impression I get. Anyway, I'm focusing too much on this video in particular. I'm just using this to showcase why I haven't liked Phidias even before what we're about to talk about today. So this video was labeled as poverty tourism, where Phidias went to this country in order to use everyone there as props for his content to make...
Honestly, like, there's nothing more disgusting as a form of content on YouTube than poverty tourism. And, like, I mean, there's so many of these fucking weird vlog people that do that shit that is genuinely kind of disgusting. Like, I mean, because it's one thing for, like, someone to be, like, a travel vlogger and just go to different countries and just, like, genuinely, like, you know, like, record their experience as they're experiencing it and stuff. Because there are travel vloggers that do that for sure. But there's, like, a certain subgroup of them that just do it purposely to just be like, oh my god, look at the poor people, Look at the poverty. Ooh, woo. Ew, isn't this kind of icky? But, oh, you know, here, let me make their day by showing fancy stuff and inspire them or something. Ooh, woo. It's like, I mean, there's a certain subsect of them that are like that, and it is so disgusting. It pisses me off. It's like, because, I mean, I follow a few travel vloggers, you know, that, you know, will, you know, just genuinely go, you know, check places out and stuff. And it's, you know, and there's certainly a difference where, like, you know, checking those videos out are actually kind of cool because usually the vlogger is actually generally kind of curious and interested about, like, you know, talking to the people, and, you know, it doesn't treat them like, you know, they're dumb or stupid or anything like that. They just treat them like a regular human being and just have a conversation with them. Even if there's a language barrier, like, I mean, they figure it out, you know, they're, you know, like, I mean, you know, like, even with a language barrier, like, you know, some of these, you know, travel vloggers will generally go out of their way to try to, you know, have a convo and hang out with some people and hang out with the locals and stuff. And treat them like regular people. Like, I mean, and honestly, that's genuinely just far more respectable than, you know, just being like, ooh, woo, look at all the poor shit. I mean, because at least at that point, you're at least giving a sense of genuine humanity to people. Like, and actually curious about, like, you know, how they might live and how their general lives are. Which, that's fine. I mean, you know, like, I have a genuine curiosity about, like, how other people live around the world and would love to travel the world and all that shit. But I just don't have the money for it. So, I mean, if I had fuck you money to do it, I would do it. But, like, I just don't. Or else I would.
Half the video is spent saying how cheap everything is.
Wait, you can see me unironically adding this to my tactical. Wait, what is it? What do we got? That's not it. Hold on. I guess I have to take the app away because, I don't know, ultimate hidden bag? Huh, okay. What's going on here? You actually have me curious. What is this? It's a vest? Oh, it's like a vest, but it has a bag in the back of it. Wait, are you telling me you wouldn't get something like this? You, being the minimalist, like, you wouldn't have something like this? I can see you wearing something like this too, dude. This isn't that tactical. I mean, it's just like a vest. I wouldn't. Really? It's just a vest, and you got, like, 4 basic little pockets. Like, you got your 2 lower pockets, your upper pockets. Oh, looks like you got, like, a little upper pocket, you know, something to put pens, you know, stuff like that. Have a small backpack that serves that purpose. Well, that's the same thing right here. This isn't tactical, dude. You have a misunderstanding what tactical is. I'm sorry, you just do. I don't care for vests. I don't know. I mean, I would wear it, but it's not tactical. Like, this is more like, that is health. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm sorry. No, it isn't. This isn't tactical. I know what tactical is, dude. Like, my plate carrier that I have over here, that's tactical. This isn't. This is, like, basically like a fisherman's vest. Like, I would see a fisherman, you know, wearing some shit like this. This is, like, what, you think a fisherman's wearing some tactical shit? No, they're not. This is like a fisherman's vest, basically. It's actually kind of cool. Like, this is like an outdoorsman, you know, hikers / like camper, fisherman's, like, hunter's vest, basically. Like, this isn't really that tactical. Like, if I want to be tactical, I wouldn't wear this. I would wear a plate carrier because it would have the same amount of pockets, if not more, and I could have a bag on the back. You know, it would hold the same exact purpose. If you tried to fish in that, Lamau. No, I don't know, man. Dude, you got a misunderstanding about tactical. I'm sorry. I'm around, you know, the whole, like, gun community and the LARPer tactical community a little bit. I know who are, like, you know, LARPers and tactical dorks versus who isn't. And this vest is not what those tactical dork LARPer types, this is not what they would be wearing. Like, I'm just sorry, that's not the case. Like, I don't see anything you could put patches on. I don't see anything that you could put, like, a plate carrier in. Like, it's like basically like an outdoors vest / like backpack vest thing. It's cool. I mean, honestly, I would probably buy this. I mean, because it is kind of nice. I mean, but it's not tactical. I guess I could see Tyler wearing it. Maybe even like Harley or Logan or something. But I mean, well, okay, maybe not Harley, but I could maybe see like Logan and Tyler wearing it. Maybe. I don't know. We need like a third person perspective on this because like I don't know if we're gonna be able to agree if it's tactical or not because I don't think it is. Like if that's the case, then this jacket right here might as well be tactical. Like, but it isn't. Like, in fact, I'm making it more of a punk jacket because I have a bunch of fucking pins all over it. Mostly, like, punk pins and shit. So it's like, I mean, I'm making this more like a punk jacket more than anything. But, I mean, by that logic, like, this could be a fucking tactical jacket. But it ain't. It's just a jacket.
People's faces. There's all...
But anyway, let's get back to this.
Where he goes to where people live and he's noticeably disgusted is a bad video. But there were arguments made that it came from good intentions. I don't agree with that. I think Phidias is a
That's definitely punk jacket, not enough pockets to be tactical. Yeah it is. Dude, I could fit a goddamn fucking pistol in here, bro. Dude, this pocket goes all the way down here. And it goes all the way, dude, I have like an insane pocket here. There's one here that's the same thing. I have these two. There's two right here where all my pins are on. Oh, by the way. I got a new pin. But anyway, but yeah, like, so, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I could, like, fit like, a goddamn, like, long barrel pistol in this fucker. Like, a fucking, like, you know, a PPW, personal defense weapon, like a TP9 or some shit. I could fit that motherfucker in this pocket right here. Like, I could fit, like, a full, like... I mean, if I didn't have a bust stock and a short and my barrel is like, you know, 14 inches instead or some shit, I could fit my goddamn fucking rifle in here if I wanted to. Like, these pockets, as much as you think they're small, are retardedly huge. I don't know why, but they are. But you know what? I could fit like I could fit like 3 of these in here. Maybe even more. And and they fall in there sideways. Like, it's sideways in here. Like, I mean, these are huge pockets. Like, I could fit a fucking, like... I could fit, like, you know, like 10 grenades in here or some shit. Hey, wait, hold on. I have a dummy grenade. This is not real, YouTube. Look, see? Not real. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, I could easily fit, like, a dozen grenades in this pocket if I wanted to. Like a dozen of those bastards in here. I mean, it would be really weighed down, but... like, this could be tactical if I wanted it to be.
And his entire intention here was just maximizing views, and spending 100 hours in the poorest country as some kind of YouTube challenge I think is completely tasteless. But the reason I mention that is because what he's done today has no arguments in support of Phidias. What he did today is going across Japan for free. That was his challenge video. And fundamentally, it's him just filming a series of crimes that he commits in order to go across Japan for free.
What's with people committing crimes in Japan lately? For views. Like, you have that jolly Somali guy who was arrested in Japan because he was being a scumbag piece of shit. And now you have this fucking idiot committing crimes in Japan. What is with people committing crimes in Japan? Like, why is this a challenge? Like, look, can we not, like, commit crimes in Japan? Like, can we not, please?
Cross Japan for free against these 2 YouTubers, and the winner gets $10,000. So I ask a stranger to give me some money. Oh my god, I love you.
I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
Wait, so he, basically, at least as a start, he tries to, like, bum money off of people? Japan's crime rate is much too low. John Graves' noises intensify.
You're going to get the idea pretty quickly here. It's not just him doing it. He roped in 3 other YouTubers to be accomplices in the
in his crimes.
Crime, which apparently in Japan is a pretty serious crime from everything I've read. The refusal to pay for the services of public transportation is treated as a pretty serious offense. More serious than this face I'm about to make. So you know that it's not something...
Damn. Whoa, that was serious shit right there, bro.
Lightly. I've also read from a couple of sources that they're considering like an actual investigation into this situation, though I don't think anything's 100% confirmed there. But regardless, what he has done...
Okay, it would be funny if Japanese law enforcement did an investigation and fucking, like, got him arrested.
is still illegal. Now, in the beginning here, he asks a stranger for money so he can pay for the bus. I guess that counts because he's not using his own money, thus he is still traveling for free.
To go down, so hopefully...
I mean, I guess that technically counts. Yeah, it's not his own money, so he's still technically doing it for free because he's getting money from other people.
Ask me to pay.
Get off?
Yes.
680. Yeah.
6. Only,
Six.
only this.
80.
No, no,
80.
no.
Police.
No, no.
Come on, police station. 80 yen.
Because I was 80 yen short in the police station.
Damn, dude. Like, if I was Tryman, like, if you were just a little bit short, they probably wouldn't give that much of a shit. But I guess it depends on the driver, too. Some of them are a little anal about it. Some of them literally could give a fuck. Like, I mean, it's a damn, like, immediately, dude, like, immediately. Like, no, I don't have 80 yen. Police then. Calling the cops. It's like, holy shit, immediately. Like, dude, Charlie's right. They don't fuck around with that. Holy shit, they do not fuck around with that at all. If you're short, even, like, 80 yen, which I'm assuming that isn't really that much. It's like, what is that? Is that equivalent to, like, what, like, 80 cents, basically, or something like that? Or some shit. Like, it's not that much. It's like, you know, it's like the equivalent of, like, less than $1, basically. It's like less than $1. Like, you know, 75 cents or something like that. I mean, like, it's not really that much. It's, like, very benign. But, holy fuck, they take it seriously, dude. Holy shit, like, oh, no, I don't have 80 yen. It's like, oh, well, police then. It's like, what the holy shit. Damn, cracking the law down on my ass over that? Like, holy shit, man. Dude, they are pretty anal about that.
They interrogated me and they took my phone away, so I couldn't film anything.
Good lord, even...
Oh my god, dude, right off the bat, bro. Holy shit.
Worms inside of his noodle must be in agony. When his neurons are firing, it just produces nothing but trash. The clout-poisoned mind that this guy has is so impressive, I think it actually deserves to be studied at some point. Just taking a peek at his frontal lobe and his thought process would be insightful. He gets detained for 5 hours in Japan, and the number one thing...
For being 80 yen short for bus fare. I mean, look, I mean, this guy's kind of a shitbag anyway for doing this for clout in the first place, but if this is like any other average person, I mean, I would honestly generally kind of feel bad for them a little bit. I kind of don't because this guy's a shitbag anyway, but I mean, like, and of course he can obviously afford it. He's just doing it for clout. He's just trying to basically commit crimes for clout, so fuck him anyway. But, like, I mean, I'm honestly kind of surprised about how genuinely serious they take that shit. Like, honestly, like, when Charlie said that, he meant it. Like, detained for 5 hours over that? Like, holy shit.
Concerned about is he wasn't able to film it. I don't know how you even end up that fucked up. That is so degenerate and so embarrassing. He said the police eventually let him go and covered the 80 yen that he was short. So
after 5 hours, I mean, okay, look. I mean, I think it's okay that I think it's fair that they covered the 80 yen, I suppose, but, like, being detained for 5 hours is absurd. Like, you know, the cop could have showed up and be like, hey, what's going on? Oh, you're 80 yen short? Well, you know, well, here's 80 yen for you then. You know, take the next bus then, you know, and, you know, whatever. Go about your day. Like, I mean, I don't feel like there needs to be an investigation. Like, I think it would be a pretty cut and dry, like, oh, you're 80 yen short, you know, from your bus fare. Well, all right, well, here we go. You know, I got 80 yen in my pocket or something, you know? Like, it seems like it would be a easy solution, you know? Like, because that's, like, I mean, like I said, with TriMet, the public transit or I guess not technically public transit, well, it is, but not, like, publicly owned or whatever the fuck, you get what I mean. But, like, you know, the transit system here, like, most bus drivers don't give a shit if you happen to be, like, a couple cents or, like, 50 cents short or some shit. Like, there's been plenty of times where I've only had, like, $2, you know, and it will still give me a 2.5 hour bus pass, which would be $2.50. You know, like, they don't really care. Like, there's even been some times where I'll only have, like, you know, a bunch of change in my pocket that might maybe round up to, like, $1.75 or some shit, and sometimes I'll even get an all-day pass, because sometimes, but, you know, some drivers just don't care. Like, they're like, whatever. Right? You put some, money in the fucking, fare slot, so here you go. Here's an all-day pass or some shit. Like, some drivers just don't care. I mean, again, there are some that are anal about it. Maybe not that anal, but, I mean, there are definitely plenty that can be. Are you being anal now? Shut up.
He just got unbelievably annoyed with this goober and said, enough is enough. We can't take the headache any longer. Get the fuck out of here. We'll cover it. Just leave us alone. So they send him on his way, and he immediately goes and commits a series of crimes.
So the police already knows me, so I'm going to disguise myself. Now, make this guy leaving the train. This is my...
His disguise is a hoodie? Oh, I wear a hoodie, though. You know what? I'm wearing a hoodie now. You know what? Yo, I'm disguised now. You will never recognize me. I'm disguised. I'm wearing a hoodie. I just put my hood up. And you know what? I'm even going to tighten it up a lot. Now I'm unrecognizable. They will not recognize me. They will not see my face. Dude, fucking incognito, bro. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck, dude? You really think wearing a goddamn hoodie is going to help you? Like, you do realize that, like, it's a norm for people to wear masks there, right? Like N95 masks or surgical masks. Wear one of those if you want to, try to wear a disguise. Like, put the hoodie on and wear a mask. There you go. Like, I mean, this is the most lamest disguise I've ever seen.
Hope that nobody gets me. And now it's time to teach you how to get the train for free. So I'm entering the train, and I will find the toilet and go straight to the toilet. Here is the bathroom. I will just lock myself the whole time in the bathroom.
Man played Assassin's Creed one time and thought a hoodie up would solve all of his problems. It'd just be the perfect disguise. All the NPCs around him would forget that he exists as long as the hood's up. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough. He beelined straight to the bathroom in order to ride for free all the way to his destination. But it's the bathroom. People are going to need to use that at some point, so he gets some knocks on the door, and it starts to cause a little bit of an alarm from the authorities.
My god. Like, if you're trying to, like, be a stowaway in the fucking, like, in the train or some shit, like, I can understand maybe going for the beeline for the bathroom, but if someone starts knocking on the door because they need to use the bathroom, just be like, hold on, or say something like that to at least inform that someone's in there. And then, pretend that you're flushing the toilet, washing your hands or something like that, trying to hurry yourself out. And then just go to another train car and go in the bathroom in there or something. Like, I mean, just move around. Like, I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, there's an easy way. Like, I feel like that is kind of an easy thing to avoid, getting caught in. If that was your attempt, don't just sit in one bathroom the entire time. Like, move around in different bathrooms in different train cars. Like, you can move around in the train car.
That something is awry. Either this man's taking the biggest shit of all time, or the shit just took him. Or, the most likely explanation, this is a guy who's riding for free. He's breaking the law right now. So the authorities wait for him to get out of the bathroom.
So I came to my destination now. I think he's waiting for me outside. And
dude, you were in the bathroom literally the entire time? Dude, you're a fucking idiot.
right. He was just waiting to catch me. So the only thing I could do is to pretend that I'm sick. When I sat down, he released me, and immediately I started running. But he called the police.
Oh my god, this fuck is literally just recording himself and narrating how he's committing crimes. Dude.
And they are searching for me now.
We're definitely getting in trouble here.
So the officers...
No shit! You're gonna be in trouble a little bit later, probably.
WWE lockup here. He's got him, caught with his pants down, and eventually Phidias wiggles his way free and says that the cops were called on him, so he's trying to beat them to the next train so he can continue his crime spree. Now, I'm going to break the magician's code here and just speculate on something. I think this part is probably faked. I think it was real that he didn't pay and wasn't planning to, but when he did get briefly apprehended by the authorities there, I think what most likely happened is he paid for the ride he had just experienced and then is only pretending that he ran away from them.
I don't think he can get away with that, though. I don't, like, that's not exactly how you, like, that would be considered bribery, you know, to, you know, the law enforcement, basically. Like, they're not going to just accept that. That just seems like bullshit. Like, you know, there's no fucking way, man. I don't buy, like, I understand where Charles trying to come from, but I don't buy it. Like, if they're this fucking anal about the whole transit thing and all this other shit, and detaining him, you know, 5 hours initially just for, like, 80 yen for bus fare, there ain't no way in fucking hell that he just, like, you know, paid for it after the fact, you know, once they caught him and shit. No way. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that shit. I think he, you know, did try to pretend he was sick, you know, and, like, lay down, or, you know, try to, like, look like he's dozing off or something. You know, while they, you know, stand, you know, off to decide to, you know, go call authorities and maybe some medics, maybe even, or some shit. And then at that point, he used that chance to bolt. I honestly think, you know, he was probably being truthful with that. I mean, like, I just don't believe that. I just don't buy that, honestly.
I don't think even he is stupid enough to try and evade arrest like this.
I think he is. I think he's that dumb. No, I think he's that fucking stupid. I genuinely think he is. He's doing it for the clout and for the clickbait. Like, I mean, he's that much of a solipsist egotist. Like, I mean, there ain't no way. Dude, I believe he is that fucking stupid because the clout matters more. There ain't no way, dude.
Like, you would actually have to be one of the biggest fucking idiots on the planet to do this and also film it.
Because he is.
I just can't believe that there's enough whippets in the world that you could hit that would damage your brain enough to think that any of this is a good idea. But he is...
You know what? I do guarantee you this motherfucker probably does do some whippets, bro. Oh my god, I guarantee you he probably does do some hella whippets. Holy shit. You know, I've been around people that have done that before and been offered it before, but man, I couldn't do it. Because I've heard the meme of, like, for every whippet you do, you kill brain cells. And it's like, well, fuck that. I mean, it's like, you know, if I'm going to kill my brain cells in other ways, you know, whatever. But I ain't doing it with that. If it's, like, an inherent guarantee with something like that, then nope. I'd rather just make them, you know, fight and struggle, you know, with weed and stuff like that instead. You know, so it's like, I mean, at least then they aren't guaranteed to die. It's, you know, you know, some of them, the weak links might not be able to survive, but, you know, the strongest do.
YouTuber at
With a whippet, like, it don't matter if it's strong or not, it's just gonna die. So it's like, nah, fuck that.
the day, which means he probably is just fucking dumb enough to really do this and think that it's smart, all while filming his entire crime spree.
There are ticket inspectors on this train, so I'm hiding in the toilet. This is...
Oh, yeah, no shit they have inspectors on the train. Every train does. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Because, like, yeah, if you have someone who doesn't have a ticket, or at least a valid ticket, or is a stowaway and doesn't have one at all, like, yeah, like, that is going to be an issue. Duh? Like, oh my god, what a moron.
I'm not gonna lie, it's getting to my nerves.
Luckily, the train has arrived before the police could find me. Again, we're going to do the same method.
Hey, curious, you're not wearing your hoodie and being in your disguise anymore. That's a little weird.
Toilet. Can't believe that this is real and not a movie.
It'd be the most boring movie ever. I just think the whole concept of the video is dog shit. Traveling across Japan for free isn't an interesting concept. It's
just literally like, hey, watch us commit crimes for the clout in the memes. That's just literally the video. I mean, what the fuck? Like, this is so stupid. I mean, why? Like, if you wanted to film yourself doing some crime, like, spray paint some shit or something, I don't know. Like, go around spray painting stuff on, like, buildings or something. Like, I mean, at least that would be genuinely kind of interesting. Be like, oh, look at the graffiti you just did. Oh, that's interesting. At least then there would be at least a little bit of an interest or maybe like a hook, you know, for me to be intrigued with or some shit. It's like, ooh, woo, I'm riding a train for free. It's like, what, so you're hoboing around? It's like, bitch, like, you know, working class men and women, you know, and kids who are fucking doing that, like, back in the fucking Dust Bowl era, you know, as, like, their fucking living, bitch. Like, I mean, who the fuck do you think you are, motherfucker?
For free. I'll just go ahead and spoil it for you if you want to be a criminal. Right now, you could go to the store and get a 100% discount off any item if you just take it and run. It's not like they've come up with like a clever plan or anything remotely interesting or entertaining. They just go to the shitter on the trains and sit there until they reach their destination. That's it. It's so fucking lame. It's just committing crimes. All you are doing is committing crimes and recording all of the evidence of what you've done. Assuming, of course, it's...
Which is going to be easy for law enforcement to find since it's publicly available on YouTube.
Which you never really know for sure. I think there's a good chance that all of this was real, but I also think there is a chance that it's fake, where they did just pay for their trip and pretend that they didn't.
Whoops.
Though in the beginning, I am confident he did actually just try and exploit the kindness of that Japanese person who gave him money for the bus, and then refusing to cover what was missing and then spent 5 hours in the police station. All of that I think was legitimate, but I think there is a chance that all of the free train rides were faked. Because I really just can't imagine a world where this fucking goofball ran away from the authorities after he was caught in the bathroom after not paying. So that's just my working game theory there, but regardless, it sucks. This guy sucks. And speaking of exploiting kindness, I really just can't stand the way this guy interacts with the people around him. He treats all of them like they're NPCs. He really does. So a lot of the video is spent hitchhiking towards the end, where they're all getting like different rides from different strangers to where they need to go. And all of the people giving them the rides are absolute sweethearts. And Phineas in particular films all of it, of course, and just the way he talks to them makes it sound so condescending. Like he speaks to them like he thinks they're stupid. Like that's the impression he gives off, that everyone that he interacts with is beneath him because they are props to him. And I can't fucking stand it. He pinned a response to this whole thing by saying, "Hello, beautiful people. I apologize to the Japanese people if we made them feel bad. That was not our goal. From now on, I am going to make more research to the cultures we go to and try to prevent this from happening again. I love you all."
Fuck off. Oh my god, dude, what a shit stain. It's like, oh, here, let me make a corporate PR, you know, like, comment, you know, to try to, like, you know, justify my stupid actions. It's like, oh, fuck yourself.
Actual 0 out of 10 response here. If this was a YouTuber apology tier list, this would be the
gossip, toxic gossip train. Oh my god, dude. Honestly, the most banger top tier fucking apology video that has ever been done will always be that bitch who made that ukulele video. Dude, that fucking cunt who made that ukulele video, that is always gonna be the most top tier fucking apology video ever. Toxic gossip train. Oh my god, dude. Dude, all these little apologies that these fucking YouTubers do, oh my god. I mean, they're so fucking horrible. So cringe, so shitty. And they will forever, ever since the ukulele apology video was made, it will like every apology that like any YouTuber or any fucking social media shitbag ever does is going to always be compared to that video, no matter what. Like it's just like that apology video has transcended, dude. Like I fucking love it. I hate it, but I love it so much. I love to hate it. That's just how I feel about it. It is amazing. Fucking banger. Top tier shit.
Fattest fucking F I could ever give. What are you talking about? You need to do more research on the cultures you go to prevent this from happening? Every culture in the world, this isn't legal. Even here in the States, too, you can't just do things and not pay for it. I mean, you can, but you are breaking a law. You are a criminal. It's not like this is a Japanese-specific thing here that was just I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't do enough research on the culture. This mistake could have happened to anyone.
There is a checkpoint! All of my competitors in this challenge, they are amazing YouTubers, and I put all their channels in the description. Go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm getting closer!
This actually just made me giggle. Actually gave me a hearty belly laugh like Santa Claus here. Because he says, oh, all my competitors, amazing YouTubers, check them out there in the description. No, they're not. They're not in the description. Imagine being some of these 3 YouTubers that just...
Wait, hold on.
And subscribe to them. I'm getting closer!
That's the full description. Yeah, it doesn't say read more or anything like that. Dude, they're not in there. They're not even in there.
He says, oh, all my competitors, amazing YouTubers, check them out there in the description. No, they're not. They're not in the description. Imagine being some of these 3 YouTubers that just
committed crimes and did some Japanese felonies, and they're not even fucking... they're not even shouted out in the description of the video. Oh my god.
Went down a life of crime for the sake of this video, and still just don't even get your channel in the video itself. So you have really no way of easily finding them. They actually got nothing out of it except a potential criminal rap sheet, perhaps. That is the worst end of the deal.
Man, you gotta love these stupid fucking clout chasers, bro. You gotta fucking love them.
Views out of it, which equal money, they get less than nothing. I also went back to the intro of the video, just in case maybe I missed it somewhere. But no, he just says, I'm doing this against these 3 YouTubers and puts arrows to them without any mention of who they are. And then they all split off and run away. So there is no telling who they even are. They actually just got erased from this. That is how much of a narcissist Phidias is. He couldn't even...
Dude, what a piece of fucking scum, dude. Like, I mean, fuck the other 3 too, to be honest. I mean, because they decided to be accomplices and committing crimes, but like, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, the least that this stupid shitbag could have done is at least, you know, like, put them in the description.
To squeeze their channels in somewhere after they committed crimes for his video with him. That is the cherry on top of this shit cake. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. So yeah.
Wow. wait, what's that comment? From now on, I'm gonna do more research on the cultures, bro. You don't even need a PhD to know that breaking laws is a bad thing. It makes the locals uncomfortable. No fucking shit. It's like, shocker. It's like, laws, you know, tend to be pretty unanimous across the board. So, yeah, wow, shocker. Like, most places usually have laws that are pretty much similar to, like, every other fucking society. So, wow, shocker. Yeah, like, you know, you know, being a stowaway and not paying for your fare. Or some shit like that, you know, like, wow. Carrots. Here. Yeah, let's see what little fun thing's going on for some of that. Let's see here. On the phone. Really? Nothing for the late night? Nothing for the late evening to see what we got going for today? Boo. That's bullshit. Boo. Hey, what's it doing? What the dog doing? What you doing over there? Come here. Go grab that tail. Got your tail. What you gonna do about that? It's mine now. I actually do have his tail. I'm just holding on to it. Yeah, what's up? What's up, buddy? Now he got his little mouth. Oh, you just a little white boy. Yes. Oh, who's a good little boy? You just a sweet boy. Yes, you is. Yeah, you're just a sweet little boy. Yeah. Yeah, you just a good little boy. Goofy little thing. Oh shit, the anti-woke Bluey knockoff Chipchilla. Oh, I've been meaning to check this out. I saw a Vosh clip of it, but he didn't really go into it that much, but I think this video is actually going to get into it. Because, oh my god, dude. Like, I've actually seen a couple episodes of Bluey. Oh, funny enough, actually, it's showing some of Bluey right here. Like, okay, what's the dad doing over here? What is he doing over here? Why is he hiding behind this bush? Like, that's a little menacing. But honestly, like, this show is actually, unironically, a fucking banger, dude. Like, unironically, this show is actually generally really fucking good. And, oh god, the Daily Wire, or, is it PragerU? Is it Daily Wire or PragerU? I don't even remember. It's one of the two. But, like, they have a knockoff, and they... Oh, dude, it's, holy fuck. They honestly are just, like, doing a... They basically are stealing Bluey. Like, this is a knockoff. I mean, like, holy shit. Dude, like, the style is very similar. Like, the backgrounds are damn near similar as well. Like, dude, oh my god, it totally is a knockoff. I kind of like how the first frame, I don't know why the dad's over there just hiding behind a bush. But I like how the kids are just looking at this weird fucking amalgamation troglodytic freak. And they're just looking at that, just like, what the fuck is that? I kind of like that. It's kind of strategically placed.
It looks very similar. I think it's outrageous. And if I was Bluey, I'd go and sue them.
An American TV show is being accused of ripping off Brisbane's runaway hit Bluey.
Oh my god, dude. Australian news, unironically, is actually talking about what? Wait, no way. No way. No fucking way, dude. Dude, it actually... Oh my god. No fucking way.
Tells the story of a family of rodents. As you'll see, there are striking similarities between these copy rats and our favourite healers.
Good morning, Tradwife Nation. As a
By the way, this is Neon Caffeine. I don't know who they are. I've never seen it before. I mean, I'm not even subscribed to them, so... It was just recommended to me, and I thought, you know what, fuck it. You know, like, I kind of know about this, so I figured, you know, we react to it and check it out with this person.
Owner, I feel legally obligated to watch this god-awful children's cartoon. Before I get into the show, I need to explain the reason it exists and who's behind it. Earlier this month, the Daily Wire launched a streaming service called Bent Key. I'd rather bend a key than bend my dick.
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Earlier this month, the Daily Wire launched
Okay, what show is this? Is this like some ripoff of Mr. Rogers, but they have like some weird hot ginger blonde, like ginger? Like, you know, what?
streaming service called Bent.
And then what is this? Like, what the fuck show is it? Dude, okay, you know what? I'm honestly kind of curious what shows are on this Daily Wire platform. Like, I know they're gonna be dog shit. But, oh my god, I am honestly curious on what the fuck these shows are. I mean, you know what? Honestly, the animation on this show, whatever this is, doesn't even necessarily look that bad. I mean, but, oh my god, I know it's actually going to be trash. Oh my god. I mean, I only kind of vaguely knew about this whole Daily Wire platform because I know they were doing it and all this shit, but... I didn't realize, like, they are really, honestly going all in on it, are they?
I'd rather bend a key than bend my dick. It allegedly dropped on Disney's 100th anniversary because they hate Disney for, not supporting the Don't Say Gay bill. Yeah. This streaming platform was literally created to be like anti-woke Disney or whatever. In an ironic twist, conservatives are actually the ones who want to indoctrinate children. Actually, let's be real. Is that really a twist? So how is this show a Bluey ripoff exactly?
I could already tell. Like, frankly, like, even the animation style is very similar. Like, I mean, the characters, you know, are obviously different, but oh my god, dude, their fucking eyeballs are so disturbing. Their eyeballs are fucking disturbing. I just really started looking at this bitch, and holy fuck, dude, these eyeballs are scary. Dude, like, oh my god, can he make him more disturbing? Like, what? Holy fuck. You know, I can't focus on what I'm trying to say looking at these pieces of I actually have to get this off my screen for a second. No! That doesn't get rid of it. Son of a bit. Okay, there we go. Oh, god damn it. It's still, okay, there we go. Oh, holy shit, dude, those eyeballs, honestly, now that my brain really started focusing on those, holy shit. Oh my god, dude, that's disturbing. Who would love that shit? What the fuck? Oh my god. What was I even trying? I don't even know what I was even trying to. Oh, yeah, because of, like, it looks similar to Bluey. Yeah, okay. Like, I mean, honestly, like, the background sets look so fucking identical to, like, I mean, the dining room of, like, if you look at Bluey episodes and look at their, like, their, you know, family dining room area, it looks pretty fucking similar to this. Anyway, but, like, that's just, man, there are so, I can see why Australian news started really going off about this, because there really is a lot of similarities. The only way they try to make it not similar is the fact they have demonic eyeballs in their chinchillas. Fuck.
State that the writing isn't even remotely comparable, then
oh my god, dude, those eyes are so scary. Dude, why did they make these things so disturbing? Dude, those eyes, man. Holy fuck, those eyeballs are ingrained into my fucking brain. I'm gonna have nightmares with those fucking eyeballs staring at me. Like, those are like biblically accurate, like, angel eyes or some shit, dude. Those are so scary.
are not the same. The characters are not the same. The issue mostly
God! Dude, those eyes! There's something about those eyes, dude! Why did they look so disturbing? Dude, man, who would love, what? What's going on here? What? Astronaut chinchillas? What?
Art and music styles. And in fact, Chipchilla used to have an entirely different art style before Bluey became super popular. Once Daily Wire saw Bluey's success...
Really? And you know what? They look a lot more appealing. Like, they honestly kind of look like Looney Tunes almost right here, in a way. In fact, I think, you know, the initial art style was trying to do that. These look a lot more appealing. Their eyeballs don't look nearly as disturbing. They still look a little dumb and weird, but at least they don't look disturbing. Like, I can at least look at these things and be like, whatever. Like, I mean, they don't traumatize me, at least. Like, Jesus.
Design the character models to look...
Fucking hell! Okay. Oh. Dude, like, Jesus Christ! Like, dude, why did they make them so fucking disturbing? Jesus Christ! I'm honestly just disturbed by those things.
Like Bluey, and honestly, they look a lot worse. That's pretty brazen. Speaking of brazen, that's actually the name of their animation team. I was pretty surprised to see that Brazen did the work on this crappy film school-esque project, given they've done super successful projects in the past, such as Fortnite and Crash Bandicoot. I mean...
Really? I mean, I was kind of looking at some of that. Yeah, they got a Crash Bandicoot thing right here. A Fortnite Season 9 thing.
Given they've done super successful...
Yeah, a lot of Fortnite shit for some reason. Fortnite saved the world.
In the past,
Top games, Animal Instinct,
such as Fortnite,
Wild Beyond, Kuro,
Crash Bandicoot.
Rocket League Season 6. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know a lot of these, but, I mean, honestly, considering the animation styles of all this, I mean, it is certainly a lot better in comparison to what the fuck I was looking at initially. Wait, need some water? Jesus Christ. Why do you have to assault this bowl like you're, like it's your mortal enemy? Jesus. Oh my god, you fucking shark. Do you mind? Man. Fucking like circling around me like a little weirdo. Goofball.
I mean, look at this koi pond. The water is not moving.
It's not... Dude, you would think they would add at least some basic animation to make it look like it's moving.
Koi are going to die. The chinchillas are animal abusers. The backgrounds and characters are not nearly as nice or iconic as those in Bluey, despite the desperate attempt to emulate the hit show's style. So now you know why the show exists, but who is behind it? Oh,
wow, huh? Ben Shapiro is one of the executive producers. Wait, who's Jeremy Boring? Oh, is it that fucking dude who, like... this is the guy that made, like, that anti-woke weird, like, razor company and has done, like, the anti-woke beer knockoff. Dude, I think he's that guy. I don't know who Caleb Robinson is, but I think Jeremy Boring is that dude. I think he's, like, the fucking weird, like, anti-woke, like, scam artist dude. Where he will, like, you know, try to pitch these stupid, like... I think he's also the anti-woke chocolate guy with the she, her, and the he, him chocolates or whatever the fuck.
Of course, Mr. Hypothetically Speaking himself. Along with Shapiro, we have other incredible people working on this project, such as Rob Schneider and Matt...
Oh my god! Oh, fuck! Oh god, that's a double whammy! Oh, fuck! Rob Schneider and Matt Walsh! Oh my god! Oh, that is a double whammy banger that I did not expect. Oh, that just fucking hit me in the gut. Dude, the Rob Schneider was already one thing. That was already like, oh god, that fucking piece of shit was like resurrected from the fucking grave. And then Matt Walsh, dude. Oh, right after that. That's the fucking Mike Tyson knockout right there. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Dude, this show is fucking trash.
What an incredible cast.
Please tell me this person, like, has at least a few clips where we actually hear, like, a scene or something.
I
want to see a scene of the show.
Trust all of these people around children.
Girls between the ages of, like, 17 and 24 is when they're technically most fertile.
The show...
17 to 24? Oh my god, you fucking Map Walsh, dude. Like, dude, like, this guy can't... Man, I feel like, you know, in a year or two, he's just gonna just say YOLO, fuck it, and just say that he is a pedophile. Like, I mean, you know, I'm just gonna call it, dude. Like, give it, like, 5 years or less. Within 5 years or less, he's just gonna say fuck it, YOLO, and just either be caught being a pedophile or just admit that he is. Like, I mean, it's one or the other. I feel like he's probably gonna be caught being one, but man, like, I feel like it's just gonna say fuck it and just say, yeah, no, I support it. Like, I mean, this guy is such a freak, dude. What the fuck?
isn't outright telling you to commit a hate crime or anything like that, but it is clearly showing an idealized traditional lifestyle. It's a show
he's kind of an advocate for hate crimes.
Conservative values, but it's really so neutral. Where's the conservative...
Like, the dude, like, literally says, like, hey, if, you know, trans people are harmed and hurt, you know, because of my, you know, talking points and my ideology, then that's the consequence that we have to pay. Like, I mean, he is a sarcastic terrorist. Like, he has, you know, advocated for, you know, threats, you know, against the Boston Children's Hospital and shit like that. Like, this guy's a fucking terrorist. Like, I mean, he is an advocate for fucking harm. I mean, that's fucking downplaying a lot of what that motherfucker really is. And I really hate it when people do downplay him. Like, I mean, not to totally derail it, but, like, even Deep Fried Fry, like, I even sent, like, you know, super chats before being like, look, this guy isn't to be fucked around with, honestly, as, like, you know, someone to dismiss. Because, like, this guy has genuinely done fucking harm and has, you know, has genuine fucking influence. Like, he ain't just some random fucking yokel, you know, out of the blue that just, you know, some people happen to be interested in. Like, no, like, this motherfucker has genuine influence. And, you know, to downplay him is honestly fucking kind of harmful to a certain degree. I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, you know, people are overtly complicit necessarily, but, I mean, you know, I think indirectly they might not totally be aware of that, and, you know, unless they're overtly aware of that type of shit, then I don't think they're inherently complicit, but, I mean, they definitely need to be at least aware of the fact that this motherfucker has influence, and he's a genuine fucking threat. I mean, he really is. Matt Walsh is a legitimate threat upon society. Like, he's an actual fucking terrorist and a genuine threat. Like, I mean, that's who the fuck he is. Like, I mean, he might have, like, this posh civil decorum shit, you know, built around him, you know, being, you know, some sort of talk show fucking moron. But, I mean, that doesn't, you know, change the fact that he's an actual dangerous element of society and influence when it comes to far-right extremism.
So it's about strong national defense, free market economy, limited social welfare programs. The show follows a family of 5 chinchillas who homeschooled their kids, which is made so much worse with how insanely incompetent the parents are. Not to
Wait, they're homeschooled in this show? Oh no!
These guys literally never go outside. They walk across the street like once in one episode to go talk to Matt Walsh.
Here, I want to show you something.
Yeah, I'm sure these kids...
Oh god! Matt Walsh is some old, like, pedophile bunny that, like, molests the kids? Well, at least he's accurate with his fucking character, but oh god, no! Oh, fuck!
Be well-adjusted members of society. Definitely don't need any socialization or friends as a kid.
I love how this guy is trying to look like some Roman weirdo. Like an emperor, but he also looks like a fat, beer-bellied, fucking redneck piece of shit at the same time. And what the fuck is this weird, like, Ladybug, Lilo and Stitch, fucking weirdo, mongoloid-looking fuck over here? Like, what is this? What is this shit, dude?
He needs that Sigma grind. Despite being homeschooled, they're never...
Is there episodes of this on YouTube? What's it called again? Chipchilla? Is there episodes on YouTube? Because you know what? One day we might honest... Got the fucking hell. Come on. Hey. Chip. Okay, here we go. There's like snippets of it. Is the intro and the credits? Oh god. Oh no. Oh, the thumbnail has Rob Schneider. Oh my god. Is there no full episode? Well, it said, yeah, right here. Yeah, there's no full episode, I guess. There's like clips, but that's it. Some trailers, clips, and stuff, I guess. What? Why is this somehow like people also watch this? It's like what oh my. Okay, what? All right. Anyway.
Math or anything aside from like one science and one history lesson. Just stupid shit like how not to be scared of the pastel covered My Little Pony ass looking woods, or like whatever the fuck is going on here. The characters are
what is going on here? What the hell? Are they in like some ice age?
Flat, even for a kids show. They all have one personality trait, and that's entitlement. Although, you know what? That really is the average family who watches Daily Wire, so...
That kid, like, that weirdo in the middle who is like, this one, dude, that fuck literally looks like it reeks of entitlement. Holy shit. Dude, he storms off like, I am entitled, I want my shit. Like, what?
Daily Wire, so that actually checks out. One thing I will absolutely say is the show is kinda odd when it comes to female characters.
Chinny, hold my calls. I'm gonna walk and talk with these two.
Certainly, Chief. But what do I know? I'm just a secretary.
This dumb bitch just accepts that she's just...
Oh, what I know, I'm just a secretary. What is this, Mad Men? What the fuck? Is this the 1950s? Oh, what would I know? I'm just a dumb housewife who's also a secretary sometimes, who's like, you know, barefoot and pregnant. Like, what? Wait, no way. What? No. Oh my God. Oh, this is making me cringe. Oh, Jesus. Dude, this show is way worse than I thought. I've only heard about this and seen some snippets and, like... I mean, by snippets, I mean, like, still frames. And I've only heard it was a thing. Oh, my God. The very little that I've been exposed to is... disturbing. The eyeballs are disturbing. Like, everything about this is disturbing.
Secretary in her life is
I'm pretty sure there was like an unintentionally like secret like kitty diddle like subplot going on at one point. Like, I'm pretty sure there was like a PDF file like fucking like subplot going on with Matt Walsh being a weird old like, you know, Herbert, you know, the pervert fucking like grandpa fuck, you know, being a it's like, oh my God, dude. This is giving me a fucking sense of whiplash. Oh my God, we're not even halfway through this. Oh my fuck.
Value. I could slaughter her in the streets and she'd be the topic of a Netflix biopic. She also always wants her kids to do the most basic shit ever for her. Like, she loses her earrings and she's like, okay, you guys go find them. Not to mention, she has never worn earrings in episodes prior, which means it took her 10 fucking minutes to lose that pair of earrings. No wonder she can't get promoted past secretary. The daughter Charlotte is also portrayed in an interesting way, because, like, okay, so she has a few episodes that are, I think, supposed to be about her, and, like, I just want to go through them one by one, because they are arguably the weirdest in the series. In one episode, it starts with her being afraid of the closet, and the dad is talking about bravery, so you think, oh, she's gonna learn how to face her fears, right? Well, no. They set up a fantasy roleplay to try and help her become brave, but like 30 seconds in, Chip is like, fuck that noise, I'm out, and gets lost in the woods and has to face his fears. And when he returns, the mom is like, wow, our family is so brave. What was the fucking lesson? The daughter...
Like, wait, yeah, like, the daughter doesn't even, like, if that's the premise of the fucking episode, then the daughter doesn't get the... She doesn't get her resolution of facing her fucking fears. But the son does? Oh my God. Like, so women are portrayed as, like, basically dumb bimbo bitches that are basically just, like, either secretaries or barefoot and pregnant. Or just, like, you know, your property, who are your daughters who, well, if that's the case, well, fuck them anyway. Like, your son is the one who matters most. And when it comes to, like... their challenges, you gotta like focus on that. When it comes to the challenges of your daughter, well, fuck them. like that's like, is that really the message that this episode is really trying to push? Are we fucking kidding me? Oh my God. Holy fuck. Why does he look like Moses or some shit? What is... Oh my God, what, oh my, oh dude, this, oh my God, oh fuck, wow, what have I got myself? You know what, this at least has earned us a creeb, because holy shit, this is a banger. Like, fuck.
Faced her fears. She isn't brave. She didn't do shit. Y'all just forgot about her. There was no character development. I guess the lesson was
no shit.
Women are stupid pussies, and we need to focus on men and how awesome and red-pilled they are.
Yeah, basically. Oh God, who's this guy? Hey, what's up there, buddy? What's up? How you doing?
Boys. Another episode that centers around her is one where she's being taught not to be a snitch. If she lived in Detroit, she'd be the victim of a drive-by shooting. She's encouraged by her parents to write a newspaper and learn to write about interesting stories, but instead she writes about shit like a guy picking his nose and Chip not putting his laundry away. When all is said and done, though, the paper still has more integrity than Fox News. She finally finds her story by reporting on the Record toy donation in her town. The Record is a single fucking box that one kid brought. People are selfish. We live in a cruel world. The third is an episode where she becomes a power-hungry president.
A great leader knows when to give up power.
No comment.
A great leader knows when to give up power and proceeds to show January 6th. Oh my God, you know what? That at least deserves a fucking like too. Holy shit. Oh yeah, Daily Wire. Yeah, as much as you all simp for Trump, you know, including you, Ben Shapiro, as much as you want to downplay that, you little fuck. It's like,
Oh my God,
oh my God, that was fucking great.
Is how incredibly stupid the parents are. These guys are a perfect example of why not everyone is qualified to homeschool their children. They destroy the house in...
Dude, this house looks like a fucking mess, and they're homeschooling their kids in the show, and their house looks like this. Dude, CPS would have your kids taken away if your house looks like such a fucking messy shithole like this. Like, I mean, what? Oh my God.
Single episode neglect their children by doing shit like refuse to fix the AC because they're too busy in the massage chair, and then they act like they're teaching the kids some lesson by doing that. You're not teaching shit, you're just lazy. The dad looks like he's about to ask me to get him a Pabst Blue Ribbon from the fridge and call me a slur if I'm not fast enough.
Dude, because he does look like a beer belly fuck. Like a beer bellied redneck fuck who would do that. I mean, oh my God.
Everyone in the show feels irresponsible, stupid, and entitled. I hate everyone here. There's no character development or anything. Before you say...
Dude, I really want there, at some point, some motherfucker to just, like, leak episodes on YouTube. Because, like, I want to see at least one episode of this shit. I want to see how bad this really is. I want to see how bad it can get. Like, because it's already horrible. Like, from what I understand of this show now. Like, and I barely understood what was going on in the first place. I just knew it was the thing. Like, now that I know some of the extra details, oh my God, I want to at least see one episode to see how truly bad it is. And I think I finally got desensitized over their disturbed fucking demon eyeballs now. I think I'm finally desensitized to it because I've been exposed to it so much. But, like, fuck, I'm gonna have nightmares over this shit. Like, those eyes, that is gonna give me fucking nightmares. Like, that, I'm just gonna, like, be haunted by that tonight.
You're watching a show that's for 5-year-olds. Trust me, I'm painfully aware of that.
This is so much better. Like, this is, like, this animation style, like, their eyes are nowhere near demonic at all. Like, this, like, Bluey is so much fucking better. And the fact that this is, like, a fucking ripoff of the show is insulting. Like, I mean, because this show actually unironically slaps. Like, there are some episodes of this on YouTube. I've seen a few. It actually slaps. Like, this show is actually good.
I want to point out that Bluey is also a kids show and manages to have dynamic plots and characters. What makes Bluey such a beloved show is that it
got a kid literally, like, cannibalizing her dad. Like, I actually seen this scene. I've seen this episode, and it is actually kind of funny.
to both adults and kids.
Like, her little sister literally has to pull her back from, like, fucking savagely cannibalizing her dad's leg.
Delve into a bit deeper and more valuable concepts in a kid-friendly way. Chip Chilla completely misses the mark with this. It's no less of corporate...
Oh my God! Wait, hold on.
Chip Chilla
What? They have a chinchilla version of them crossing the Delaware River! Ah! Oh my god! They literally, dude, no! No! What? No! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, fuck. Why is also, like, the top of this conveniently looking like a cross, too? Like, why do I feel like there's, like, 1,000 subliminal messages going on here?
This is the mark with this. It's no less of corporate slop for children than Coco Melon. If I see someone get nostalgic for Chip Chilla or Coco Melon, I'm giving up. It's game over. I don't want to be here anymore. God, this generation is doomed. The listens themselves aren't really—
Hey, this generation ain't gonna be getting into this shit. It's gonna be weird, like, boober, like, suburbanite winos and, like, drunk redneck yokel fucks trying to indoctrinate their kids and their grandchildren. Like, I mean, those are gonna be the fuckers that are into this shit, okay? Like, I mean, the current generation and the ones growing up are not gonna give a fuck about this. Like, I promise you.
bad, but the way they go about teaching them are below mediocre and—
What is going on there? What?
Portray adults as incompetent. I feel like this is gonna end up breeding—
What the fuck is that? Oh, hold on. Like, what is this weird demon creature?
Below mediocre and generally just portray adults as incompetent.
Like, what is this weird demon creature? What the fuck is that thing? What inner layer of hell did that fucking, like, rise out of?
I feel like this is gonna—
Well, I mean, they all kind of rose in different layers of hell anyway, but, like, I mean, this weird fuck rose from the deepest layer of all the layers. Like, this is, like, the deepest layer of hell where that one came from. This one came from, like, this weird disturbed fuck came from, like, some mid-level layer of hell. Like, this one came from the deepest layer. Like, what is it?
Kids with authority.
Burn it. Well, burn all of them, but burn that especially.
Disrespect our teachers because they think all adults are stupid. This show has literally been out for 1 day as I'm posting this, and the reception has been—
Which is at least 4 days ago, so there's probably at least, like, a couple episodes. So it's probably going to be a little bit before we actually get, like, a snippet of, like, or at least, like, a full episode on YouTube or something, but I'm certainly going to want to at least see one episode. I imagine it's only, what, like 23-something minutes or 25 minutes, something like that. I imagine it's not going to be that long. So for, like, one episode, I'm sure we can, you know, suffer through. You know, like, I want to see at least one episode just to see how really bad it is. I just don't want to pay for their fucking stupid subscription service just to watch it. I ain't doing that. So, fuck that. I'm going to, like, you know, pirate it on YouTube or something. You know what? We could probably pirate it somewhere else, honestly. We could probably find a way to watch it before then. I mean, like, what? Is the Daily Wire gonna find my channel and fucking DMCA me or some shit? Well, you know what? They have a fuckload of money and are, you know, like, funded by the Wilkes brothers, so they probably do. So, you know what? I'll wait until someone else does it first.
Less than good. Especially from Australia. Pretty much—
Wait. What did tweet say?
This, and the reception has been less than good.
An actual lesson in the show. Put your toys away or your family will break them in retaliation.
From Australia. Pretty much everyone is unhappy that a crappy cartoon made by Ben Shapiro is attempting to write off Blue—
And Rob Schneider and Matt Walsh. Hey, don't forget those fucking gems of society. By the Wilkes brothers, Wilkes brothers. They're fracking billionaires. Wilkes brothers. Not the Wilkes brothers, the Wilkes. W-I-L-K-S. Wilkes.
I don't really see this show or the streaming service being successful as neither are anything special. And honestly, the streaming service market is ridiculously oversaturated right now. And who is going to choose Daily Wire Plus over something like Netflix? If anyone watching this is thinking, ooh, me, I would do that, I want you to find the nearest bridge and contemplate your life choices. You want something to show your kids that's age appropriate.
Well, look, I live in the Bridge of Cities, or the City of Bridges, or whatever the fuck. So there's like 1,000 bridges in Portland. So I got plenty of bridges to choose from.
not complete brain mush, put on Bluey. I'm usually the type of person to look for redeeming qualities in media I dislike, but honestly, this cartoon and its service only exists as a fuck you to Disney for supporting gay rights. I think that's kind of a weird reason to make a cartoon.
And also basically a fuck you to any, like, TV show that has, like, any slight progressive, like, narrative built into it. But it's gonna be most kids' shows anyway.
Oh yeah, I guess I can't really be asked.
Pacific City Bridges, Pittsburgh, Schittsburg has that title. Pittsburgh? Nah, you know what? I got my bias. Portland's the true city. I don't care.
Because I really and truly did not find anything even remotely redeeming here. It's not even like the worst cartoon or anything. It's just really boring, really flat, unlikable, unwatchable, and disjointed. I would normally also say, hey, if you enjoy the show, no hate to you, but to be fair, if you're old enough to be writing a comment on this, you're probably not watching it anyways. I want to give a shout out to some cartoons that are actually good to show your kids, because obviously you don't want to show them this one. You can show Bluey, obviously, you know, the show this is ripping off, but other few cartoons that I want to shout out are My Dad is a Bounty Hunter, which I see absolutely nobody talking about, but is absolutely fantastic. Shows a great family dynamic, delves into deeper topics while still being kid-friendly. Same with Mood Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and the art for that is absolutely incredible, and so is the music. It's just very, very attention-grabbing while also being very, very good. And of course the classics like Chowder, Flapjack, Adventure Time. There's a lot more stuff you could put on.
Hey, Ed 82 and shit like that. I mean, can't leave those out.
You know, Chip-Chilla. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely found it to be an interesting...
I definitely did, and I learned a lot more about this shithole show, you know, because of it. So, definitely urge to subscribe out of it. So, I mean, because, oof. And also, funny enough, like, actually, there's even a comment says this. Like, honestly, Blue isn't even that woke to begin with. Most liberal aspect of the shows, like, think of the subject into relationships. But even then, it's simply written by different dog breeds as couples, such as Rad and Frisky. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not even that woke of a show. I mean, but it's still at least, you know, a pretty good show to begin with. But, like, the fact that that is basically just trying to attempt to rip it off is just so silly. And to be, like, a weird hyper-conservative version of it is just even more fucking ridiculous. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oof. Oof, I say. Here. So weird little things going on for a tube here. What are little fun things are happening here? Oh, so yeah. Nothing. Gotta love it. Wow, amazing. Something a little kind of caught my curiosity a little bit. 5 cold cases that were solved with insane twists. Whoa! Fucking sniping a fly that long distance? Holy shit. Damn, crazy boy. Crazy little boo. Crazy little boo. You know what? I'm gonna bite on this video. Fuck it. Why not? I'm curious. You know, and we've been kind of delving into a little bit of true crime here and there lately. Honestly, like, mainly because I think JF Garpay's, like, alleged, you know, I guess, of him killing his wife, which I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the fuck happened, but, like, because of that, it's kind of gotten us into this little true crime thing, so, you know, like, you know, let's keep that going a little bit. So what's going on with this video?
Hi,
I haven't seen this one yet. Oh boy, this is a little loud. I'll put that bad on, huh?
In this video, we're going to check 5 decades-old cold cases that were solved in 2021. Welcome to Mysterious 5.
Damn, so these are like cases that are decades old, but have been solved 2 years ago. Damn.
The first case on our list is the case of Annette Schnee and Bobby Joe Oberholzer. In 1982, in Breckenridge, Colorado, 2 lifeless bodies of 2 different women were discovered. The crime scenes were miles from one another, and the bodies were found 6 months apart. And yet, police believed that both women were killed on the same night, by the same man. The only thing connecting them? Orange socks. On January 6,
That's really odd so far. Like, so they at least suspect that, which I'm assuming that's probably the case, where both of them are killed the same night, but discovered 6 months apart, and the only thing connecting them is just these socks. That is fucking bizarre, right off the bat.
82. Bobby Joe Oberholtzer,
in 1982,
29 years old, left home at 7:15 a.m.
Cute dog.
Her day had begun as usual, and she hitchhiked to work. Jeff Oberholtzer was Bobby's husband. He ran an appliance repair business, and she worked as a receptionist. They had been married for about 4.5 years at the time of Bobby's death, and they lived in Alma, 14 miles away from where her body was eventually found. At 6:20 p.m., Jeff got a call from Bobby saying she was having drinks with friends after work. He asked her if she wanted him to pick her up, but she told him that she would get a ride home. Jeff made dinner and waited for Bobby to come home. At some
Seems like a fair enough explanation so far.
He fell asleep. He woke up around midnight and discovered that his wife hadn't returned. Jeff drove into Breckenridge to look for Bobby, and her friends told him she left the bar around 7:30 p.m. They assumed she'd gotten a ride home. When Jeff reported to police that Bobby was missing, they told him it was too early to file a report.
What?
Finally, he drove...
Hold on, that's not true. Like, I mean, you could file a missing persons report if you think someone's missing. Like, like the whole, like, oh, you have to wait 24 hours or whatever the fuck. Like, that's bullshit. Like, that's not actually true. Like, I mean, it's like, what? Like, it sounds like the cops just didn't really want to do anything. It's like, yeah, well, since it's like, you know, basically literally denied prior, I mean, whatever. She probably just, like, you know, got lost or something. Like, you know, they just didn't want to, like, do anything immediately about it and wanted to wait a little bit. Be like, well, come back, like, a day or two later and maybe we'll do something about it. Fucking hogs, of course. Not actually wanting to do their fucking job. Typical as usual.
His wife. The next morning, a farmer who lived 30 miles outside Breckenridge found Bobby's driver's license on his property. When Jeff and 2 friends were on their way to pick it up, they made a disturbing discovery. Something blew in a snow-covered field. It was Bobby's backpack, the one she always had with her. Next to the backpack was one of Bobby's gloves, spattered with blood and several bloody tissues. Jeff's friends helped him organize a search. 2 hours later, they found Bobby's lifeless body, more than 15 miles from where her backpack was discovered. She'd been shot twice. Her house keys were found at the scene. At the crime scene, police found 3 intriguing clues. The only footprints near the body were from Bobby. A plastic cord was tied around one of her wrists, and a single orange sock was found nearby. The same day Bobby Joe's body was found, another woman, Annette Schnee, 21 years old, was reported missing. Annette was a cocktail waitress in Frisco, Colorado, and like Bobby, often hitchhiked to and from work. Because of the similarities, both cases were immediately connected by the police. Investigators questioned Jeff about Annette. At first, he denied knowing her. However, after seeing her picture on the news, he recalled meeting her once. Jeff claimed he had once picked up Annette when she was hitchhiking, and he had given her his business card, but he had never seen or heard from her since that day. He also denied any involvement in her disappearance or Bobby's death.
Well, considering that, you know, he's the spouse of one of the women who are dead, like, I mean, this is pretty typical for law enforcement investigators. They will look at the spouse of someone who is murdered or missing and shit as the main suspect first. I mean, it's just because, obviously, considering they're the most closest connected person to that victim, like, it only makes sense to at least, look at them as the main suspect and at least rule them out first. And that's at least, what it sounds like what they were doing here is that they were trying to rule him out as the main suspect, which, makes sense. Like, he is the husband of one of the women who was died and found dead and shit, so, considering that, that woman was, the spouse, it's like, it makes sense. That's pretty typical for investigations.
3rd, 1982. 6 months after her disappearance, and 13 miles away from where Bobby Joe's body had been found, Annette's body was discovered. Police were shocked with the discovery that she was wearing the match for the orange sock. Jeff's business card was found inside her wallet. The prime suspect immediately became Jeff Oberholzer.
Even though it probably ain't him.
Put together a scenario for what might have happened on the night of January 6th. Annette Schnee was last...
Oh shit, wait, what, this is also Jan 6? Oh fuck.
Can reach it around...
Dude, Jan 6 is not a good day. Dude, what the fuck?
In deep conversation with an unidentified dark-haired woman. Police believe that around 5 p.m, Annette left to hitchhike home. The suspect picked her up and drove 20 miles south of Breckenridge. He took her down a small dead-end road where he assaulted her in his vehicle. While she was getting dressed, she forgot to put on her other orange sock and attempted to escape when she was shot in the back while running away. Police believe the suspect then drove back to Breckenridge and found his second victim, Bobby Joe Oberholzer. He drove Bobby 10 miles south of Breckenridge to a scenic overlook where he attempted to assault her. Bobby managed to escape from the vehicle where the orange sock then fell out. The suspect then chased her down the road and shot her twice as she turned away. Police felt the fact that Jeff Oberholzer knew both victims was more than just a coincidence. 2 months after his wife's death, Jeff took a polygraph test and passed. From day one, Jeff insisted that he had an alibi. He said that at the time of the deaths, he was at home visiting a friend. For nearly 9 years, no one could find this man. Then in December 1990, he finally surfaced and was questioned about that night. Investigators interviewed the man, who claimed that he had been at Jeff's house. However, his time and Jeff's time of the visit didn't match up. Jeff Oberholzer had always maintained his innocence and claimed that the suspect had to be someone that Bobby knew. She wouldn't have left with a stranger, especially when he offered to pick Bobby up. For years, the blood found on Bobby's gloves and the tissues with her backpack were believed to be hers. However, in the early 1990s, DNA testing determined that it came from a male. The testing also determined that the blood wasn't Jeff's. As a result of this...
Because I think around during that time, during the 1990s and onward, that's when a lot of, like, DNA forensic testing started to really, like, expand and really become a lot more advanced, and at that point, like, they were able to pinpoint a lot more narrowly about, like, when it came to, like, DNA testing about, like, who might genuinely be a suspect and who isn't. Which, at least at this point, obviously rule out, Jeff as the suspect, because none of his blood was found at the scene.
Including several alibi witnesses. Jeff was eventually cleared as a suspect in the case.
Yep. Sounds right.
Police looked into several other suspects as well. One was cab driver Thomas Edward Luther, who in February 1982 picked up a hitchhiker in Breckenridge, then beat and assaulted her. While in jail, he allegedly bragged about being responsible for the deaths. According to his girlfriend, he didn't come home on the fateful night. He also lied to investigators and said he was at work at the time. The other suspect, Tracy Petroselli, killed his fiancée in 1981 and went on a multi-state crime spree. During this time, he stayed at Annette's workplace, the Holiday Inn in Frisco. However, neither suspect's DNA matched the evidence from the crime scene.
This guy looks exceptionally fucking creepy with those glasses on.
On February 24th...
Jesus Christ, okay. Off to one creepy dude to another.
A 70-year-old man named Alan Lee Phillips was arrested and charged with the deaths. He was also charged with kidnapping and assaulting with a deadly weapon. He is currently being held without bail. Genetic genealogy was used to link the DNA found at the crime scene to Phillips. Investigators also suspect that he may be involved in other crimes throughout Colorado. Sadly, Bobby's brother, Kelly, and father Thomas have passed away before finding out who was responsible for taking her life.
Well, I mean, it didn't really sound like exactly, I mean, it just kind of sounded like, DNA forensics, kind of, narrowed it to him. But, I mean, I'd be kind of curious to see what other, specific bits of evidence might, tie him to it. I mean, considering that, I was like, well, one creepy dude to another, I mean, it sounds like he was probably the motherfucker who did it. I mean, considering that the DNA was tied to him specifically, more or less, at least, his DNA means that, something happened where, he left some sort of fragment of his blood or some other substance where his DNA was linked. And maybe those are also his socks, too. And he unintentionally left those there. Or I guess it could have been one of the victims as well, too.
Next on the list is the case of Gail Barris. On October 9th, 1988, Gail...
I like how we don't really have a picture for this.
Barris was spotted leaving a coffee shop in the early hours of the morning, accompanied by a man. This was the last time Barris was ever seen alive. She was a 30-year-old single mother of 3 from Michigan. Life was hard, and she worked at 2 different local bars to be able to survive and take care of her 3 children. In the early hours of October 9th, 1988, between 3 and 4 a.m., Barris was spotted leaving Speed's coffee shop in Battle Creek, Michigan. She was accompanied by a dark-haired man, and that was the last time anyone saw her alive. On October 25th, hunters from Emmett, a nearby town, made a horrifying discovery. They found a lifeless body of a woman laying on River Road. The authorities quickly identified the body to be that of Gail Barris, and an extensive investigation followed. Witnesses were identified and interviewed, and evidence was collected from the crime scene. On October 22nd, just a few days before Barris's body was discovered and almost 2 weeks after her disappearance, a 24-year-old man named Roger Plato was approached by authorities. Plato's car matched the description from a victim of a different abduction and assault case. At 4:30 p.m., authorities attempted to detain him at gunpoint while he was walking to his car at a parking lot in Bellevue. Plato became aggressive, refused to cooperate, and started fighting back. He was shot when he tried to wrestle the gun from a detective, and as a result, died from the injuries. He was never interviewed.
So basically, because of police hubris and their incompetency, they killed the potential suspect instead of maybe trying to less than lethally detain him. Being like, hey, maybe we can have tasers out or a billy clubs out or something like that instead. But no, let's just shoot him when he's wrestling with us.
Performed an autopsy, and a blood sample was taken before the body was cremated, which was stored at a private lab at the time. Investigators of Barris's case turned their attention to Plato's friend and former roommate, Richard Compton. Compton had a vast criminal career, but when approached by investigators, he backed off and denied knowing anything. With no further leads or developments, Barris's case eventually went cold. In 2018, Battle Creek cold case detective Scott Marshall reopened the case. One of his first discoveries was that Compton's DNA had never been tested, so made Compton his #1 suspect. After some investigation, Detective Marshall discovered that Compton had died in 2009, and his body was buried in the County International Cemetery in Austin, Texas. Compton was just 59 years old when he died. Detective Marshall got a search warrant and traveled to Texas to exhume Compton's body. After examination, it was discovered that Compton's DNA samples didn't match that found in Barris's body, but matched previously unidentified hairs connected to the crime scene. In November 2020, a break in the case emerged, almost by luck. Sergeant Chris Spasic of the Calhoun County Sheriff's Department was taking an inventory of evidence at the department and found a vial containing the blood sample taken from Plato. On January 30th, 2021, it was announced that a state police lab connected the blood to DNA found on Gail Barris's body, confirming Plato as responsible for assaulting her and taking her life. It's almost likely that Compton witnessed it happening. Both men have already died, and they never...
Since, considering that his hairs were at least found at the crime scene, that would probably make sense.
...to pay for this horrible crime. However, the Barris family has expressed their relief on finally being able to have some kind of closure. Detective Marshall said DNA technology is the future for solving cold cases.
Yeah, but I guess unfortunately it didn't really do any justice here. It's kind of the sad story about this one. It's like, fuck. The victims never really get any actual justice because the perpetrators are dead. They literally got away with it. It's like, yeah, I guess they were tied to it, but they're dead. They got away with it. They literally got away with this shit. It honestly, makes me wonder, how many motherfuckers, are out there that have gotten away with shit like this. Because to be frank, I suspect that my uncle's one of these type of people that have gotten away with killing people. And, aren't necessarily, specifically, in some sort of criminal investigation or anything like that. But nonetheless, they have. I believe that, one of my uncles is certainly, a fucking murderer. Potential serial killer, to be fucking frank. So it's that is certainly a fucking, potential reality. And it's it kind of makes you wonder a little bit. It's how many of these type of fucking people are out there that have gotten away with shit like this?
We now come to the case of Stephanie Summers. On August 30th, 1980, Stephanie Summers was supposed to spend the day with a nephew. They were going to celebrate his birthday and spend a wonderful day together. However, she never appeared. Police eventually found her lifeless body inside her apartment. Summers was a 36-year-old woman who lived in Silver Lake, Los Angeles, California. She'd only recently moved there from Newhall, Santa Clarita, and she couldn't be more excited. On that fatal day of August 30th, she was at her apartment getting ready to spend the day with her 11-year-old nephew, Kelly Roberts, from Santa Clarita Valley. She was planning to pick him up and take him to Six Flags Magic Mountain as a late birthday present.
Nice.
Kelly got dressed up especially for the occasion. However, his aunt never turned up. Concerned, her family contacted the authorities, who went to check her apartment. That's when they made the grisly discovery. Stephanie's lifeless body was laying inside her apartment. Forensic evidence was collected at the crime scene, and an extensive investigation began. Several people were interviewed. However, the leads went nowhere, and the case went cold. The case remained unsolved for more than 3 decades until Los Angeles detectives received a fresh lead in 2014.
That late?
It implicated a man named Harold Anthony Parkinson, who lived a mile away from the victim, and he could be a main suspect in the case. On June 19th, 2014, a DNA sample collected from Parkinson was consistent with the DNA profile taken from Summers' body, and he was charged with taking her life. However, Parkinson was already in jail, serving between 15 years to life at the Chuckawalla Valley State Prison in Blythe for another unrelated attack. This other attack happened in Los Angeles on April 8, 1981, when he shot a man named Derek Eugene Perry. Perry succumbed to the injuries and died. Parkinson was arrested and began serving time for that sentence on March 5, 1982. Perry's sister Dolly said, at the time, "I remember the last meal I had with Derek. It was at a Sizzler restaurant. He gave me a hug and told me he loved me." She described her older sibling as an excellent BMX rider and surfer and a brilliant big brother. The motive of the attack was unknown or undisclosed by authorities. After learning that Parkinson was being accused of Summers' death.
So it's basically like this dude is already kind of charged, you know, and like convicted of like basically a manslaughter at the very least, you know, of somebody else. And, you know, like, that sounds like this guy pretty much, like, fucking did it. I mean, it's like, I mean, especially if his DNA matches, you know, with, like, the DNA that was found there. I mean, it's like, there's definitely, like, you know, a correlation going on with that.
Dolly said that he is a dangerous man and should never be allowed back on the streets. In court, Parkinson's lawyer argued that his client hadn't assaulted Summers. And claimed that the two were romantically involved and they slept together a few days before she was attacked. Prosecutors, however, said Summers, after a brief marriage to a man, had told friends that she was only attracted to women. Los Angeles court judge Kathleen Kennedy described Summers' case as a very degrading, horrible, and violent crime. Judge Kennedy believed there was proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Parkinson was responsible for this. On February 4th, 2021, Harold Anthony Parkinson, who is now 61 years old, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Even though he's already serving prison, you know, possibly to life already, so, yeah, he's like double fucked at that point.
Our next case is the case of Sylvia May Quayle. On August 4th, 1981, William...
Why are a lot of these in August? Like, 2 of these, you know, were in August. It's like, what the fuck? What is it about my month that, like, you know, people want to kill people? Like, what the hell?
To visit his daughter in Cherry Hills Village near Denver, Colorado. She lived just 150 feet from his home. What he discovered was something no parent should ever have to witness. According to her friends, 34-year-old Sylvia May Quayle was ambitious, vibrant, friendly, and lit up the room when she walked in. She loved history and worked as a secretary at an architectural firm. An excellent cook, she also opened up her own business specializing in wedding cakes. Quayle had a lot of friends and was an avid artist. She loved to create pottery, many of which her sister still has in her home 3 decades later. She was extremely close to her family, especially her parents, who lived just 150 feet away from her home and had coffee with them every morning. Until that morning. Just before 8 a.m. on August 4th, 1981, officers were dispatched to Sylvia's house after her father found her lifeless body and called 911.
I'm not gonna lie, like, a lot of this background video almost looks like AI generated.
Sylvia Quayle had spoken to her sister on the phone the previous night, around 11 p.m, so investigators knew she'd been killed between the time she hung up the phone that night and when her father got to the house 9 hours later. Her father told the officers he'd arrived to find his daughter lying naked on the living room floor. Investigation revealed that she'd been shot, stabbed multiple times, strangled, assaulted. The autopsy confirmed the loss of blood was ultimately the cause of death. Investigators found 2 important clues at the crime scene. The telephone line in the living room and outside the house had been cut, and the bathroom window screen had been removed and tossed into some tall weeds. About 140 more pieces of evidence.
Someone's gonna like this girl, I guess, evidently, like, Jesus Christ. And again, this is like a cold case that got solved basically at, like, you know, 2 years ago. Like, I mean, and pretty much like all these, you know, cases, you know, were solved 2 years ago in 2021. So it's like, this case happened in like the fucking 80s and wasn't solved until like 2 years ago. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, holy fuck.
Time, a variety of technological advances were used on the items as investigators tried to solve the crime. In 1983, 2 years after her death, forensic technicians using an alternate light source found DNA material not from Sylvia in the rug where her body was found laying. The same year brought hope for investigators and the Quayle family after notorious serial killer Otis Elwood Toole confessed to have taken Sylvia's life. Many of Toole's confessions were later known to be false, along those of his companion, Henry Lee Lucas. Lucas, who died in a Texas prison in 2001, claimed hundreds of victims. However, authorities were only able to confirm a handful.
OJ doesn't end up like this, getting away with it for 40 years. Yeah, I mean, well, this is back when forensic DNA evidence wasn't really like, as a science and as a technology wasn't really as advanced yet. So I kind of feel like, like at this point, that probably wouldn't necessarily be the case.
In 1993, the charges against Toole and Sylvia's death were dropped. At the time, DNA testing on evidence in the case had proven that Toole was not the source of the DNA found at the crime scene 12 years earlier. In 1995, a section of the rug was cut out and submitted to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation to be tested. 5 years later, the sample provided authorities with an unknown male DNA profile. However, no match was found and the case went cold. In January 2020, Cherry Hills Village cold case detectives and investigators decided to use the recent technology of genetic genealogy in Sylvia's case. 4 months later, a name surfaced: David Dwayne Anderson. At the time of Sylvia's death, Anderson, then 22 years old, lived a couple of miles away from her. Cold case detectives began investigating Anderson. One particular investigator, Robert Fuller, travelled to Cozad, where Anderson now lived, to secretly collect the suspect's DNA. Fuller was able to recover 2 trash bags Anderson had tossed into a dumpster. Inside were 15 items that potentially held Anderson's genetic material. Included among the items was a vanilla Coke can. On January 29, 2021, genetic material taken out of the vanilla Coke can matched the ones found in the body and crime scene. When investigators looked into Anderson's past, they found a string of at least 8 home and business burglaries between 1981 and 1986. In one of the home burglaries, he removed and tossed a window screen to gain entrance. Anderson, now 62 years old, was arrested on February 10th, 2021.
The first photograph is of Anderson in 1980. If anyone recognizes this photograph of him from this time period and has information surrounding or involving this case, we ask that you please call the Cherry Hills Village Police Department tip line at 720-305-9831.
William and Mary Quayle didn't live to see their daughter's killer charged. William died in 1999, and his wife followed 10 years later.
Damn. I hate when police use fucking psychics. Well, I don't really think that it would be considered credible evidence or credible use of investigative, resources. Like, I don't think that would be used viably in, like, a court case or anything like that. Like, shit like that would basically be tossed out. So, they don't really use it anymore.
Is the case of Bonnie Baker.
Zukov, what the fuck?
The night of June 30th, 1998, Baker was celebrating her recent promotion with some friends. Her boyfriend at the time showed up unexpectedly to the party. After a few tense moments, they both left, and that was the last time she was ever seen alive.
Uh-oh. Alright, it sounds like the boyfriend's already kind of, complicit in this.
Baker was a 47-year-old woman from Denver, Colorado, where she shared an apartment with a boyfriend, Crespin Nene Perez. The couple had met at the Fort restaurant in Morrison, where they both worked. Baker was the perfect employee, never calling in sick, and always showing up on time. The same couldn't be said about Perez, who had been fired a month earlier for missing work. Baker decided to celebrate her recent promotion with a friend.
If I ever mysteriously disappear, blaming why me? What would I ever do?
Places in Golden. They planned to spend the night partying. The night quickly turned for the worse after Baker's boyfriend unexpectedly showed up to the friend's place. Perez arrived at the party and almost immediately started to make a scene. He was jealous seeing his girlfriend drinking and dancing with her friends in the living room. Several witnesses at the party later said...
Yo, hold on. I'm gonna find a lighter real quick, because holy shit, these dead lighters are annoying me. And you are also annoying me with your fucking barking. No dad likes to have a spare one here, so okay, that has some juice. Alright, well, I found one that has something. Okay, here we go. I found one that has at least a little bit.
Perez looked as if he had taken illicit substances. His eyes were red and glazed, and he was very aggressive. He also continuously eyed everyone off at the party, attempting to instigate a fight with anyone who stared back. Baker's last known words to a friend were, "It would be better if I just go now, or it will be worse." The pair left the party early when the situation became heated. At around 8 p.m. that night, authorities received a phone call from an unidentified woman. She reported that a man had taken a woman's life in an apartment on West Louisiana Avenue. She also claimed that the man was about to drive to Mexico in a red vehicle with Colorado license plates, and the woman's body was in the trunk, which he was planning to dump somewhere along the way. When tracing the call, police found that it was made from a payphone, so they rushed to the address given. In the apartment, there were no signs of a struggle, and no one was found. The next day, Perez's car was involved in a single vehicle collision near Globe, Arizona, but he fled the scene on foot. The car ended up being impounded, and upon examination, blood was collected from the trunk as evidence. The case was shelved, but was re-investigated a year later due to possible new evidence. On July 31st, 1999, two boys went horseback riding in a remote part of a Navajo reservation in New Mexico. They stumbled across what appeared to be a human skull and immediately contacted authorities. After searching the area, investigators found several more skeletal remains. Despite the find, the results of the autopsy and the reason for the death remained inconclusive. The case went cold due to the lack of evidence and correlation between Baker, the missing person, and the found remains.
But not the boyfriend.
In October of 2012, cold case detective Kenneth Klaus from Denver was assigned Baker's case and immediately called an FBI agent in New Mexico to discuss her disappearance. DNA samples from the remains found on the Navajo reservation were sent to Denver's crime lab for forensic testing. They matched samples collected from Bonnie Baker. On April 4th, 2013, the unknown female caller came forward admitting that she was the one who called 911 the night of Baker's disappearance. She also claimed that she cleaned out the couple's apartment after their disappearance and before the authorities arrived, where broken plates and glass covered the floor and the kitchen table was overturned. The unidentified woman also gave a full description of the red vehicle, which was later determined to be a Geo Prism, as well as its license plate number. And according to the woman, Perez told her that night, "I know that you don't like Bonnie. Something bad happened to us. You'll never have to see Bonnie again because I'm going to make her disappear." This woman's relationship with the couple was not yet revealed by the authorities. Another witness also identified Perez as the driver of the red Geo from a photo lineup. After further rounds of witness interviews and forensic DNA testing, the gathered evidence concluded that there was enough ground to arrest Crespin Nene Perez. A warrant was issued for Perez.
Even though pretty much like from the very fucking beginning, he was kind of like the main suspect. Like, I mean, like there was a tense argument where, the girlfriend left the party with him, saying, "Oh, it's probably better if I just leave now before it gets worse." And then like a random call from a payphone later, like that night, being like, hey, person died. Like, I wonder who would be the main suspect the entire fucking time. But it took this long?
Arrest. But the arrest couldn't be made as he was now living in Mexico. His extradition to the United States didn't happen until 2020. Prosecutors theorized that Baker's body was likely left in a shallow grave within a day of its disappearance. On January 27, 2021, a preliminary reading in the case was held in Denver court, and Perez faces charges for abducting and taking Baker's life.
Damn. Stop doing that.
If you found this interesting, then be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.
I like how it just shows like a little puppy playing around, just like, hey, here's a puppy for the outro. Man, that last one is just like a little like, what the fuck? Like, it's pretty obvious who it was the entire time, but it's like, I guess we couldn't really do much because the motherfucker fled to Mexico. We had to extradite him like decades later. Like, oh my god, wow. That one is just like straight up police incompetence. Like, holy shit. Like, the other ones I can kind of get, but that one was just straight up a police incompetence. That last one was just like, it was pretty fucking obvious who it was, but they just didn't, think to try to catch that motherfucker before he, fled to Mexico. It's like, wow. Good lord. And we're going to use a lot of our resources for people coming into our country, not leaving it, so, I'm not having a good time with ladders tonight. Fuck. I'm not having a good time with these. Jesus Christ. Oh, come on. Yay. Sweet. Now I'm gonna have to struggle and fight to like that later. Awesome. Go to bed, Nar. Maybe I will, but maybe I want to chill here for a little bit. So, how about that? Here, let's see if there's like a little fun meme that we can like look at or something. Is there a meme? Is there a meme? Delicious, tasty meme. There really isn't. Awesome, great. I was hoping YouTube would at least give me maybe like a meme, but I guess not. That is unfortunate. The prelude to the Tournament of Terror. I was able to catch like the first like hour and a half, give or take, before the show. And I've watched like another 30 minutes after the fact. I have not gotten to the Joe Biden in a mech suit yet. I've not gotten to that yet. So do not spoil the exact details. But, I mean, holy shit, the fact that Joe Biden in a mech suit appears, like, holy fuck. Dude, hell yes. Dude, it sounds like a badass gauntlet. So, I mean, I'm gonna listen to the rest of it tonight for sure. So, I mean, don't you worry your little ass. Like, that I will check out the rest of that shit. When you told me that Joe Biden in a mech suit appears, it's like, fuck, dude. I mean, Joe appears more than once. Oh, hell yeah. No malarkey, fat. Let me just tell you on that one, Jack. Oh, shit. Dude, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, it's a public thing, maybe we'll just, like, react to it. We'll, like, react to it as, like, WWE fans or some shit, to the whole, shebang or something. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I mean, I literally have nothing to do tomorrow, so I mean, maybe I'll just go grab a burrito. We'll just, sit here, have a couple beers and a burrito and some beers and just, like, watch that shit and just have a little fun. They argue if he appears with all of his presidential powers or not before someone re-rolls the thing. Damn. Well, hey, I want to see how this turns out, so don't spoil all of it. Shut up. Because, I mean, at least if I were to have it my way, yes, he does. Like, he can send in the fucking military if he wants to, Jack. No malarkey on that one, fat. Like, I mean, fuck it. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, if it's in the dream world, I mean, the U.S. military and Joe Biden in a mech suit wouldn't mean much when it comes to someone like Freddy Krueger, you know what I mean? So, it only works, for certain monsters. It only works for certain types. I don't even think fucking Michael Myers would be able to be defeated by that, honestly. I mean, he's initially known as the Shape, and it's basically like this almost damn near undefeatable thing anyway. So, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Joe can call in a nuke fat. Yeah, he can call in nuke fat. No malarkey on that one, Jack. I tell you what. I will admit, I kind of want to get some eggs and some food and some stuff like that. Yeah, I know you hate eggs, but, well, fuck you. How about that? I'm gonna have egg sandwiches out of spite, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like that fact. So, but hey, I'm gonna be, checking out that gauntlet and laughing my ass off, most likely. Especially with the idea of Joe Biden in a mech suit. It's time for sleep, Nar. I don't have to do anything tomorrow. It's my day off. Like, I could stay up all night if I want to and not give a fuck. I mean, I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying, I could if I want to. I'm going to try to double team these fucking lighters and hope that they work for me. Or Jonas, and it wasn't great, I'm sorry. Are you dumb? Dude, Gemini Syndrome was fucking amazing, sir. They slapped. They were awesome. The show, the band before them was great. Wednesday 13, the Murder Dolls was fucking awesome as well. So, I mean, dude, that show kicked ass, honestly, okay? Like, that show was actually way fucking better than I expected. Like, that shit was fucking awesome. There were some pits, there was some moshing, there was some good stuff. It was honestly way better than I expected. Honestly, like, I mean, Wednesday 13, it, like, exceptionally blew it out of the park, like, more than anything. I was like, holy fuck, how have I not heard of these guys before? So, I mean, I'm definitely going to be checking them out way more, too. But Gemini Syndrome was fucking amazing live, too. Their drummer was pretty badass. He gave me, he was giving people stamp, no, my stamp is gone. Well, I had a stamp. And, it's no longer there. It was there. There was a Gemini Syndrome stamp that he gave me, but it's gone. Oh, well. I took a picture of it. Ignore went to a show, recommended, and had fun. Well, no shit, I was gonna have fun. I mean, I already knew I was gonna have some fun. I mean, I just didn't know, what my expectations were going into it. I just knew that I was gonna probably have some fun, and... and it was way more fun than I expected, and that was good. So, I mean, yeah. I'm definitely going to check out, Gemini Syndrome some more, and Wednesday 13 for more, some more for sure. And I've only dipped his Wiknar. I mean, that's not really that important. I mean, I'm there to have some fun, and everyone else is there to have fun. I mean, and honestly, like... Funny enough, there was like this couple that I think they were high schoolers that actually started in a mosh pit during Gemini Syndrome at one point. That was pretty fucking awesome. Husky approved me. I gotta go for your bullshit because Reddit does not like your links. So hold on, let me see. What's Husky approved about this? Country music then versus now. I beat the devil in the deal. Kicked my dad's ass in a bar fight and shot the lawman with his own gun. Based. Country music now. My triggers are not love and embracing authority hard enough for rainbows. Dude, yep. Fucking true, dude. True. What's this other one? King the Hill warned us. This meme's morphed into IRL. What's going on here? Is that dolphin trying to get a little action? Is that dolphin trying to get a little action? That camera person is dedicated. Oh no! I see what's going on. Oh my god. That dolphin's trying to get a little action, dude. I've seen this. Dolphin can smell your period, and it makes him horny as fuck. Yep. Yep. Yes, it does. There's dude, there's like that fucking scientist that unironically literally jerked off a dolphin and shit. And justified it saying, like, hey, I was able to understand psychology or something, or ooh, or whatever. Like, I'm not kidding. That's the thing. There's a lady who literally, like, jerked a dolphin off for science. Why? I don't know, but she did. So, you know, yeah, like, there is weirdly enough truth to that. I mean, I don't get it. I don't. Just because, like, a dolphin, like, you know, like, is acting off instinct doesn't mean that, like, you know, it's justified, okay? Like, that don't mean it's good. Like, come on. Also, how would that even work? What, you just, like, let it just hang out here and you just hug it or something? Like, how does that even work? I don't even want to know. Chicken egg garlic from front. Well, that's me getting my eggs and cooking those up and, you know, watching that terror fright gauntlet. So, I think that's, you know, what we're gonna have fun with. Rip City, look what you did. What is the dolphin consented, though? We don't know that. You can't know that. Like, until we have technology that is able to transcribe what animals can communicate with us and shit, I don't think that is a possibility, and even then, I don't think we should be doing that in the first place. So, no. Stop it. Stop while you're ahead. Just, it's time to stop. Even Zukov agrees. Even Zukov is yelling. He also agrees. Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's fucked up. Bam has gotten to Venom. Zukov agrees with me. No, he agrees with me. You don't speak for Zukov. What? Zukov shouldn't be talking. We all know he craves a horse. We all know he craves horse. What? Zukov? That's Vosh? Yeah, no, yeah. Like, you got it wrong. That's Vosh. Vosh is the one who's into horsecock. Not Zukov. So, that'd be Vosh and his sycophants. hope one day you'll be hugged by that boy. What? Alright, well. I think that's a wrap. I think that's a wrap. I think I'll finish now, so I'll be around for tomorrow, I guess, and yeah, all that shit. Gonna make food now, so have fun with your little fun fantasies there, Venom, and all that fun shit. And I'll see everybody else in that next one, so something